Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yeah, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They're deceived with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
What is up, everybody? How are y'all doing? Are we doing good? Are we
realized
doing
what I was doing.
mute? Oh my god, bro.
This video is going to...
Hold on. Dear God. I'm trying to set the video up,
See this.
and I hit buttons way too fast. How are y'all doing? Are you doing good? Yeah, I know Kris quit. I know Kris quit. I was just thinking, and you know, as I do, I put out on Twitter what I think. It's amazing how the Colleen Ballinger stuff went down, and how Kris Tyson, who at the very least talked inappropriately to minors. I don't think they showed proof of grooming, but inappropriate to minors, period, point blank, period. It is amazing to me how Shane Dawson got away with it. It's amazing to me how Shane Dawson got away with it. And then I thought about it after I put my tweet out, and I was like, you know what? And don't get me started on James Charles. Like, how? And then I said in my tweet, maybe it just wasn't the right time. You know? Maybe it wasn't the right time. Because in comparison, well, I don't know, James Charles a little bit worse. Because that was definitely, you know, oof. But Shane Dawson was just as bad. You know? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Now, I saw y'all talk about the mega thread. Copacy, the bestie, and Jenny Matrix, run that account. And here's my thing about that mega thread. And me and Beckett talked about it. Here's my thing about that mega thread. And I think Nick put it perfectly under Willie Mac's tweet about it. Anyone past November of 2016, when Shadman drew Keemstar's 8-year-old daughter the way he did, and they were in the YouTube sphere, and we're talking bigger creators, okay? I'm not talking about some little nobodies who didn't know nothing, okay? But anybody after that, and it wasn't only Keemstar's daughter, but it was an actress who was underage that Shadman drew like that, and it was Lieutenant Corbus that Shadman drew like that. The real little girls that Shadman drew like that. And they interacted with Shadman afterwards, and you know that they knew. Because the thing is some of those people on there was part of the same community. They were part of the commentary community of 2016. I'm going to be honest with you. I am looking at them sideways now. I am really looking at them sideways now. And I'm not mad about them catching some strays. I'm just sitting back and watching. Because you knew that one of your own in the community that you were in, because Keemstar was in the community 2016. He's like the grandfather of freaking commentary community at this point. You knew what Shadman did. And for those that knew, without a doubt, what Shadman did to Keemstar and Lieutenant Corbus and that actress, and you still interacted with him like everything's okie dokie, good and smoky, I'm sorry, I'm going to look at you sideways. Yes, Daphne Keene, yes. Yes, he drew Daphne Keene. Yep. I'm gonna look at you sideways now. I'm sorry. I don't see that as okay. I'm not okay with it. You know. Y'all know, listen, I think y'all know how I feel about Lolly. I think it's disgusting. But I think it's even more disgusting that you're taking real life children and drawing them like that. And it is those specific children. Keem is a better person than I am. I can tell you that right now. Yeah, Keem's a better person than I am. That's the only thing I can say about that. He's a better person than me. He's a way better person than me. Because there's no damn way. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that your daughter gets drawn like that? Ugh. Same, Natanya. I would have been in jail too. Somebody Wait. Platinum, thank you for being a member for 2 months. Xylie hasn't made a public apology. Pumpkin, I don't need to make a public apology. We're not on that right now. Platinum for $6.99. What I'll never understand is how the art school that expelled him and Swiss military booted him from a drawn CP never called authorities. I don't know, because I don't know how the laws are there, to be very honest with you. I don't know. I have no clue. I don't know how to answer that, but yeah, it's crazy. I don't know what that acronym means, but yeah, at that point, it's definitely past lolly. I agree with you, Nani. I agree. At that point, it's definitely past lolly. Absolutely. Oh, it's full on illegal? See, I didn't know that over there. I didn't know that. So... Well, here's the thing. We're going to go over this interview. Chud Logic had it awesome. I can't believe we're starting with Rose Malay in it, though. Chud. So, I'm just going to tell you what's going to happen in the next several days. All right? First thing we're going to do is we're going to watch this. Now, there was an absolutely abysmal video made by the dork that you see sitting at the bench. Okay? An abysmal video to take down Kris Tyson. Alright? And we're not watching that video. I'm not giving this person any airtime whatsoever. I'm not doing it. Okay? What we are going to do is we're going to watch this because guy comes up and it's crazy. He comes up and talks to Chud, and it's crazy. It starts with Rose Malay, and it ends up with the guy and stuff like that. So we're going to listen to that. And then tomorrow, I don't know how much of my audience knows about Shadman. Turkey Tom has a really good video about Shadman. Hey, Thuman. How you doing? So we're going to watch, tomorrow we're going to watch Turkey Tom's video on Shadman and probably Moist Critical's video about this situation going on right now because I really liked Moist Critical's video on it. I did. I liked it and I appreciated it. Another thing that's happening too that I think people need to get off this shit. Why are people getting on Pokimane and Valkyrie about this situation, about them saying what they said? Why? I don't get it. First of all, they don't have to say a damn word if they don't want to. Second of all, the story literally just blew up. Do you know how long the commentary community has been mentioning Kris Tyson owning Shadman art pieces? Months. And it's just now blowing up. So, to the same people who were yelling at Pokimane and yelling at Valkyrie because they just said something yesterday, where were you months ago? Where were you months ago? Where were you? You weren't calling out Kris Tyson. And this whole thing that as soon as a story breaks, these creators need to say something? Absolutely not. What if something breaks and they immediately say something and then what they said is wrong? And not enough had come out about it and what they said was wrong. Sometimes it's better to wait, gather the information, and then say something. This whole accountability, this whole fake accountability club that's going on Twitter, y'all are doing too much. Y'all are doing too much. And this whole thing of, well, you called out Dr. Disrespect, you better be calling out Kris Tyson. I'm sorry that Dr. Disrespect got called out, because let's boil it down to what it really means. It means you're still mad that Dr. Disrespect got canceled. Let's be honest about the situation, because you obviously aren't. You're still angry that Dr. Disrespect got canceled. I'm sorry, your fave got canceled. Now we're moving on to the next one. Get over yourself. Oh my God. These people are... Between that and the political discourse on Twitter, I am so ready to get rid of my account. I am so ready to just get rid of my account, because I'm like, oh my God, I don't know how much of this I can take. Oh my God. Ah! Bro. Good gracious. It's stupid. Good God. You better call out Kris Tyson because you called out Dr. Disrespect. Well, good, I am. Okay? And I also been calling out everybody. Guess what? I called out Shane Dawson. Where were you? I called out James Charles. Where were you? You want to sit here and talk about you better call people out? Where were you? Oh my God, irritates the absolute hell out of me. Janelle for 5. Let me tone it down a little bit because I got a super chat. All right. Always best to wait until the facts are known before even venturing into response land. 1,000%, Janelle. Yes. Thurman says, I'm surprised by the amount of people in the YouTube community supported or defended Shadman's artwork. Yeah. And I'm going to be honest. Prior to November of 2016, I'm going to be for real with you. Prior to November of 2016, yeah, I'll look at some people a little sideways, you know, because everybody supported Shadman. But after, when he drew Keemstar's daughter the way he did, and you were in the same community as Keemstar, and you still talk to him? Bruh. Okay, I see you. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to call anybody out. I'm going to concentrate on Kris Tyson. That's who I'm concentrating on. I just want to say, I see you. I see you. I'm going to be honest, Elvis the Alien kind of half-ass addressed it. There's no way Elvis the Alien didn't know how Shadman drew Keemstar's daughter. There is no way in hell Elvis the Alien did not know how Shadman drew Keemstar's daughter. That's all I'm going to say on that one. How would you like it if it was your kid? I can tell you now, if it was my kid, I wouldn't be sitting here today. I wouldn't be able to probably have internet access. I can tell you that right now, if it was my child. Banned for 20. This whole thing is absolutely insane to watch in real time. It went from a badly made video attempting to expose Kris Tyson using bad evidence to actual evidence coming into the limelight. Yeah. And that's why today we're not boosting that horrible ass video. What we're doing is we're watching the interview. Put a 1 in the chat if you are ready to start. Alright. Alright, so Chud Logic went over the video. He didn't go over the video very long because, you know, it doesn't take that long to realize, okay. And then Rose Malay called in. I know for a fact, 2 conversations with Rose Malay, which one of them I believe, I think it was on SFTP and one was on Edwin's Generations. No, not Edwin, Homeboy Edwin. The live streaming channel of Edwin's. One of them was on there where I cussed Rose Malay out because of her, okay, we're early in the live stream, because of her stance about people being R-worded. I cussed her out rightfully and fully, and I stand 10 toes down on it today. Okay? You know how I am. There's certain subjects you don't play. So, for some reason, Chud Logic talks to her. I don't know why. Content, I guess. I refuse to give Rose Malay any kind of platform. For me personally, not saying Chud is wrong for having Rose Malay on. You know, I believe you can have whoever you want on your platform. Ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm just saying for me personally, Rose Malay will never have a seat at my table. Ever. So if I ever have to cuss her out, I'm going to have to do it on somebody else's platform. Because I think she is one of the biggest piece of shits out there. Just saying. So. Oh yeah, no, Chud's shady as hell. No, I like Chud. Believe me, this is not a slant towards Chud at all. I really like Chud Logic. So, all right, let's get started.
In the facts and what is demonstrated here. Have you seen the
I guess
connection?
that's true. I just know how people are going to spin this, and that's what bothers me.
Okay, wait. So what? The spin of it bothers you more than the idea that there's maybe someone connected to a big channel that could be a pedophile potentially? What?
I think that there's more info that needs to come out.
Oh, there could be a pedophile with links to kids. But what?
Oh, and it did, Rose. It did.
What about the trans people? This is you're doing the fucking meme. Oh, I hope that Muslims don't detonate a dirty bomb killing millions of people because I think how terrible the backlash against the Muslims would be. It's the same thing. Oh God, I hope there's not a trans pedophile because the backlash on the trans community would be tremendous.
She's not a freaking. She's not that. If anything, it's her basically making some sus messages to someone who may or may not have known the gauge.
Doug, thank you for being a member for 15 months. This whole situation is a complete mess. Yes. Yes, it is. And you know what? It is our job to get through the bullshit and get to the meat and bones of the situation. It is our job to get through the bullshit and get to the meat and bones of the situation. And that's why we're starting here, and then we're going to work our way through. We're going to have a history lesson on Shadman, and then we're going to get to the current stuff. That's going to be tomorrow. But today, we're doing this. Fukai, that is not true. Trans people are calling this out. There are trans people that are calling this out. That is a false statement. They absolutely are. That mega thread with all the other YouTubers and stuff like that, that was made by a trans woman. I mean, what? Midna, don't get me started about that person right there. Don't get me started about that person right there. If you listen to that Twitter space, you would see what they're really about. That's all I'm going to say about gays against grooming. If you were to listen to that Twitter space, you would pick up on what they're really about. Go to Drama Alert and listen to that Twitter space. I'm just saying.
She acted inappropriately. I don't think anything actually happened, but she definitely did some stuff she shouldn't have done. I'm not denying that. But it's clear to me that she's matured since then. I think her transitioning actually helped her a lot in her life. And
okay.
We all.
So on a Steam profile, her Steam name is estrogen supplier or something along those lines. The implication being she's there
what's
to
the
deal
problem
estrogen
with
to
that?
people. Well, who is she dealing estrogen to exactly?
Oh my
Is he
god.
licensed to do that?
no.
I mean, it could
Oh
be a
my
joke, I
God.
guess. But it seems like there's a lot of jokes that this Chris and Mr. Beast person is making, and there has been a fucking temperature, and there has been a discourse about this DIY HRT stuff, right? I don't
But
know
it is-
100%,
it
but
is a-
I wouldn't be surprised if Chris and Mr. Beast are supportive of that. I know they've got those kind of viewpoints.
Maybe she just watches Capitals. I mean, it's possible. I don't fucking know.
So, you start to link things together, and, I don't want to make too big a leap with this stuff, but you've got kind of these inappropriate conversations or interactions with someone who is a minor, whether or not Chris knew or not, I'm not sure, but, at best it could be a negligence and then not asking or something. Maybe
And
they
that's
lied.
why it'd be nice for her to respond, because it's just
Sure.
speculation.
How do I
It's
make
fine.
money off the press?
Okay, but the thing is I would agree that there's sometimes with this stuff, people overly focus on the trans shit, but, like, when you've got these
agree.
kind of inappropriate conversations.
And that is true. Okay, it's not the biggest problem. I'm almost misspoke there. Here is one of the many problems with this situation. You have very bad faith people who are going to take this and say, look, all trans people are bad. Because they're bad faith. When they don't want to point out all the cis people who has done the same thing. That's one of the issues with this drama going on. You're gonna have bad faith people who literally lay this at the feet of every trans person. And it's sad. That's sad because that's not how it is. You have bad people in every group. You have bad people in every group. No group is safe from bad people. So.
And I mean, I don't know what Kris Tyson's perspective. I mean, I wasn't really expected to go into the trans stuff, to be honest, but you've made it a thing. I don't know what their perspective on the DIY HRT stuff is, but, you can understand why people are concerned about this, surely, if you've got these kind of odd interactions and, whilst I would agree...
You're basing this off of a Twitter name. Come on.
Well, first of all, it's a Steam name, and secondly,
Steam name,
that's
same it.
splitting hairs, to be fair. But, well, yeah, I mean, it's very clear that particularly with the Keffels, there is an element of hiding behind comedy and jokes with some of this stuff, and there's a more pernicious underlying aspect to it of a desire to set up services that allow children
I
to access...
transitioned young, and it helped me a ton. So other people are transitioning young. DIY, but that's not what this conversation is about. It's not about DIY.
We don't need to get into it, but the basic point I'm
allegations.
making is you've got people on the internet that are thinking they can be the arbiters of what children should and shouldn't have, where it should be healthcare providers and parents that are involved in that process. But, I don't want to get into the fucking DIY-HT thing.
Yeah,
okay?
absolutely. I understand. Yeah.
But, all I'm saying to you is, whilst I agree, of course, there's like transphobia that occurs and people go overboard with it
Yeah.
sometimes. I can at least have some sympathy for why people have got certain perspectives because people have not got a completely clean nose in all of this, and they say and do things that fuel it. Like joking about coming
I
for
know.
kids. Surely you'd agree that's a totally unacceptable and inappropriate thing for anyone.
No,
to
no,
do.
like the stuff that she said all those years ago was gross, and I think even she would say, "Yeah, I said some really bad stuff back in the day."
Well, that's the problem, isn't it? Because they've not responded to anything previously. Oh,
Rose, you almost showed yourself. Okay, yeah, but the same people who go, not all trans are this way, are the same people who will turn around and unironically kill all men. Double standards sure are fun. That's not true, Crash. That's not true. I mean, I used to make the joke, kill all men. I have to admit, I used to make that joke. But I also know not all trans people are bad. Like what? It was edgy jokes. It was dark humor. I just wanted a cupcake. Baron, thank you for the 5.
okay. They've not responded to anything previously in all of this. Okay. And the other thing as well. Do you know about the Shad? Oh. Oh. Are they going to rejoin? Let's try. Oh, okay. Perfect timing. You willing to hop on a call? I'd like to hash out with you.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, if you want to hop on, I'm more than happy to have a conversation.
Here we
Hear that
go.
business, okay?
Okay, me and Verdius we're literally just talking about this, and then I get told that someone's talking about this on the stream.
This guy sounds like Michael Alberto. I thought when I tuned in to this, like when I tuned into a stream, and this guy was talking, the first thing that came to my mind is, why is Michael Alberto up there? Why is Michael Alberto up there? And then I realized it wasn't Michael Alberto.
And then I just mentioned it because we were literally just talking about this.
No, No, it's not going to blow over 0. I don't think that's going to happen. Do you think Keemstar is going to let this blow over? Answer that, 0. Do you think Keemstar is going to let this blow over? Do you really think Keemstar is going to let this blow over? His 8-year-old child was drawn by a shad man. Did you see his tweets today? He retweeted that mega thread and said thank you. Because at the time in 2016, it was only him and Colossal was crazy that was calling out Shadman. It was only those two.
Okay, to be fair, I feel like, I can understand that's probably a bit of a bone of contention. You feel like you've put a lot of effort into exposing this, and they've not given you kind of fair credit for that, right?
Well, I mean, I've been on this for a little over a year, and I've went through some crazy stuff. And yeah, I mean, I honestly am doing this for the right reasons. Like, it literally is.
Let me just put it to you like this, though. Okay, do you see though how people might see that and think that you're saying you're doing it for the right reasons, but there's certain parts of your behavior, like say talking about that, and then almost like demanding a debate from Mr. Beast, that makes it seem like maybe you do have some other intentions there. You can understand why people might think that, right?
No, I'm saying that if he ever wants to come out and say that I'm wrong about any of it, I'm open for a debate. And I'm very involved with Turning Point stuff. And Charlie Kirk, he always says that he's open for a debate. So if he can be open for a debate, I can be open for a debate. If he thinks I'm wrong about this.
Okay. No. I just think, because I'm, this is the first time we've met. I'm generally very cynical with this stuff in terms of like, I'm very open about the fact of what I'm doing this for. I'm not doing this for any reason other than lining my pockets, essentially. So whenever someone says something like that to me, I'm always a bit skeptical because I'm like, well, no, surely there must be some element of wanting to get attention or subscribers or something off the back of this.
You obviously, if you upload a video to YouTube, you want attention. I don't care who you are. You want attention.
Well, I mean, if you want to look at it that way, like, we uploaded our videos 1 month ago, right? We got literally no attention, and we did not care. We're like, we just want to get this shit out, right? And then this random guy, we don't know who he is.
Oh, Nuclear Winter, it gets better. It gets better, Nuke. It gets better.
He probably saw my video. He's like, okay, this is perfect. Let me just, make a 7-minute video from this. His video blows up, right? We who, like, tried to really get this stuff out, nobody listened to us at the time.
Yeah, sure.
Are just kind of undermined right now. That's the only reason why we said it. Literally the only reason.
Totally fair. I want to have a good conversation, but obviously, if there's disagreement, we can have a fair disagreement, and it's all good, right? But, I do see where you're coming from, and I understand totally. You feel you've done the work, and now it's blowing up, and it's like you just want, I guess, to recognize that hey, we put some of this stuff out there, right?
Well, see,
right, but that's,
me personally,
the reason why is because go on.
Me personally, I'm actually like I'm happy I succeeded because my goal was to get out the information. I did it. So, but Verdius over here literally got stabbed, like he got stabbed in the back and screwed over because if you go watch his video, he literally just took minor bits of his video and then just like reposted it and then claimed it was his basically by just hardly crediting us.
Yeah, it's the entire structure of the video also. But I mean, the reason why, like, I guess, if you want to call it clout, we would want clout is because we still have more that we want to show, right? And like there's still more that's gonna come out, and there's gonna become like more concise videos that we're gonna release.
Please don't. Please don't. Please don't put out another video. Please don't. You did enough damage. You did enough damage. Please don't.
I'm gonna be honest. I really don't care that much because, like I said, my goal was to just get out the information because my stepfather, he told
100% Crash. If anyone tells you that they're doing this purely for virtuous reasons, they're lying. Exactly.
me to get it out by any means necessary, and that's what I was trying to do. Like, literally, it's as simple as that.
Sure. I mean, you mentioned Charlie Kirk. I don't in the video, it didn't really seem, the trans stuff didn't seem to come up that much, but you mentioned your stepfather. Is there like a political element to this that is maybe unsaid of the trans stuff, do you think?
Well, I mean, what I said about that is websites like Kiwi Farms, they were trying to look into Kris Tyson because he's transgender. I was looking into Kris Tyson because I saw all this weird stuff coming out about him. I saw like a 4chan post, and then I decided to look into him. But it's not, I didn't decide he was guilty because he was transgender. I thought that I should look into this guy because I see his interest in Chatman, and I know who this guy is because, like, you know, I've heard about this guy before.
Okay. I would just disagree on one little point there. Is I don't know. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of perspectives about trans issues on Kiwi Farms, but in many ways, it is just a gossip site. I think documenting information is more so what they're interested in, and there's plenty of cisgender straight people who have got lots of information. Put on the website. That's true. So yes, they say the slurs and stuff like that, but you know, it serves, I think, more as a resource or gossip site or something like that.
It's basically a A-logging gossip site. The way I look at it.
I noted that you'd actually gone in and argued, I think, with some of the Kiwi farmers. Is that right?
Well, yeah, I mean, to be fair, they were like putting up my address online, and they were saying all this stuff about saying like, oh, I don't give a shit, I'm just a clout chaser, when literally I was trying to give it to someone else because at the very beginning I didn't want any association with this.
Oh, yeah.
I just wanted to
That's a
pass
whole
on
other
the
point.
information. Yeah,
Yeah,
literally
we
I tried to give it to
multiple
EDP.
people.
I tried to give it to EDP. I tried to
Okay. Here's my first problem with this. Why were you trying to give it to EDP? Why were you trying to give the Kris Tyson story to EDP 445? Mr. Cupcake himself. Bruh. Yes, Thuman. Yes. Yes. What? Why? Why?
send it to Charlie Kirk. Oh, okay, yeah, I know.
Wait, what?
It's-
Could you
it's-
give it to
Johnson.
EDP of all people?
Okay, well,
Yeah,
all right, well,
that one was.
okay.
Yeah.
So what happened? What happened is, so I sent it out to people
Well,
that
EDP
I
was
know.
the last resort, right? EDP was
Okay,
the very
hold on,
last
hold on,
person on the list. Okay, just to clarify.
Well,
He shouldn't even been on the list. How? What were you thinking? Oh, well, EDP knows how it is, so we'll just send it to him. You know? EDP knows the lifestyle. What? What were you thinking? Oh my God. Oh no.
It's all good,
okay. Well, when he says last person on the list, keep in mind, like, relatively. So at the beginning when I started, I didn't know any YouTubers. I didn't know any content creators. I didn't have any connections whatsoever. What I was in like a Turning Point chapter. So I knew Turning Point stuff. I know like political stuff.
For me, you know what? I'm not gonna say it. He knew Turning Point people. Okay, I'm not gonna say it. I'm just gonna keep going. All right.
So what I did was I reached out to like Charlie Kirk's driver. I reached out to people in Turning Point. I reached out to a journalist. I reached out to a news site. And after all that, like, and it went nowhere. I didn't know what to do. And then I see Critical's video that he made about EDP being desperate. And then I was like, wait a second. I looked into like, potentially going after this guy before. I know how to contact him. And I was like, if this guy's so desperate, I can just give him the information. He can cover it, and then it's out there.
This kid's gotta be dumb. This kid's gotta be dumb. This kid's dumb. Dumb. What? What? Oh, God.
Okay.
And then that's what happened.
I mean, you know,
Just by the way, there were a lot more YouTubers he contacted, right? Like a lot, and every single one turned them down. Everybody thought he was bullshitting, he was lying, you know, all this other stuff.
Or they were just scared
Right,
of him,
about Kris
too.
Tyson. Yeah, and
Well,
that
it's
includes Chris Hansen as well.
Yeah,
Right.
Chris Hansen should know about this as well because I contacted him through Cameo. He asked me to send him an email. I followed his instructions, and he never got back to me.
okay.
So we go from EDP to Chris Hansen. Because, you know, Chris Hansen hasn't fucked up a story or two or three. Oh my God.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, obviously, there's a lot more information to really discern exactly what happened there because, you know, if you're a kind of a novice at doing this stuff, it could be that you were reaching out in a way that wasn't going to make the connection and people were going to go and go through with it. Like, did you get messages back or did they just ignore you? Like, what happened there?
Yeah, Chris Hansen didn't send a single message back. I followed his instructions to a T, and just nothing.
And that's not the only person. We reached out to commentary channels as well, right? Like,
Okay.
right. You can
Yeah,
Like,
I
we,
reached
we
out-
didn't just laze around.
You
Yeah,
got any names?
Cheeto.
We,
A Cheeto. Yeah, and you know what happened with that is, what was it? So in his server. Oh, hold on, I'm getting pinged.
Oh.
Hold on one sec.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry,
no, like,
never mind. Oh yeah, so in
yeah.
his server, what happened was I was trying to contact a Cheeto because I was trying to contact all kinds of people, and so there's this guy who is in this voice chat with his account that says a Cheeto, and it's the guy that is the owner of the server. So I'm like, all right, that's a Cheeto. And so I reach out to him. He reaches out to a Cheeto, and he tells me flat out that this guy had said that I already know he's a groomer. I don't care. And the thing is, later supposedly I found
Sorry,
out that
I'm very
wasn't-
sorry. Just to clarify, so you're claiming you reached out to a Cheeto and their response
Yeah.
was, "I know they're a groomer. I don't care." Is that right?
Well, that's what I was told at the time.
By who?
But it turns out he didn't want me to name his name, but it's someone that this guy would talk to on a regular basis.
Okay, so basically, we don't know how true that statement is. Okay? He didn't hear it from a Cheeto himself, and we have no proof of the conversation. So don't go lighting your torches and going after a Cheeto, okay? Because we don't know for a fact that's what he said. Okay, listen, I'm going to go ahead and say it. It's going to be further down the line. I don't trust the word of someone who takes a person who may have been a victim and trick them into talking. And you learn that later, okay? I don't take a damn word out of his mouth for anything. Baron for 5. What do you think Mama Max thinks about this whole situation? I don't care what Mama Max thinks about this whole situation because we're not talking about Mama Max. But thank you for the 5. I appreciate it. Yes, worst game of telephone ever. Exactly.
And so, because he specifically asked me not to mention his name.
Sure.
But
Just to confirm, so it wasn't a cheater that said that to you, it was a third party that said that to you.
Yeah, third party.
Got it.
And so the thing is, supposedly, what we found out later is that is not actually a Cheeto. That is someone who he has running his server that pretends to be him, basically. And so
Wait,
this guy is in contact with the Cheeto, and apparently he eventually, because he was getting like messaged so much about it, he's just said, just stop messaging me about this.
Okay, anybody who's in my Discord, I promise you that when you see Xylie Star typing in the Discord, it's literally me, okay? Just to let you know. Oh my god. Bro.
Stuff.
Okay.
And so that's the thing is, he apparently messaged a Cheeto, so he should still know about it even then. And then now he all of a sudden suddenly makes the video as soon as it blows up.
Yeah, to give a more precise timeline, basically a Cheeto knew about it and he just didn't care, all right?
He knew about it. He
You don't know that!
Okay, so
You don't know that! Oh my god, shut up!
just to clarify as well, obviously, that's your claim. There could be another side to the story. I can't see all the information, but we'll leave it at that for now. Did you reach out to like Turkey Tom, for example?
Yeah, I tried to.
Yes. We reached
so
out
he had
to
this
everybody.
Discord. Well, I mean, well, the thing is, I was reaching out. Okay, sorry. When he says we, for a very long time, it was literally just me doing this. And when I was in the Turkey Tom server, I think he had a server. There were these moderators I reached out to. They told me to go to his website and send him an email. I sent him an email. Never heard anything back from him. So he probably never saw it.
Right. Okay. I mean, it seems like you maybe had some, some issues with this, but it sounds like there's all this complication that I just find very hard to believe. It could be that you're completely and utterly incompetent. It could also be that maybe there were these barriers that exist when you're a small channel, or no one knows who you are.
Yeah.
Because
I would say it's that one.
At the end of the day, I mean, I would say, like, for both of us, we don't care. The info is out.
Okay.
They could have DM'd Drama Alert. Yes and tried to are two different things. Skip. True.
We're going to put more out. We don't care. That's it. That was what we were aiming for, and that's honestly, like, we're happy that it's out. Okay?
Okay, sure, fair enough. To get to the... Sorry, go on.
Yeah, sorry. I do get, like, why it does look a bit disingenuous when we start off that way. But the thing is, when I got pinged to come on here, me and Vertius were literally just talking about that. So we just come over here, and then we just pick up the conversation where we left off.
Yeah. I mean, to be clear, I've got some, some good things I thought about the video and some disagreements, I guess, with certain points. And, I just want to have a kind of open conversation and not, shy away from any disagreement, right? We just kind of hash out.
Oh,
right?
yeah, sure thing. Yeah, lay it on me.
Sure. Okay, so I just want to touch on one thing. So I think there's some people in chat, obviously ignore chat yourself, but there's people in chat that I think are criticizing you just this video. My understanding, though, is you did make videos, just to clarify, about the Shadman stuff, as you said, right?
Yeah, it's the Kris Tyson's interactions with PDF file art.
Right, okay. And obviously from there, you've had this Adrox person make a video, Cheetos, I think, made a video too.
No, I didn't have this. I honestly don't know who Adrox even is. We literally saw Vertius. Okay, so me and Vertius released our videos at around the same time.
Right.
And so Adrox is some random guy that came in and reposted a small portion of Vertius's video and then just put us in the description and then pinned my comment and then unpinned my comment later after the Brion video. And so it seems like to me, he's not really, like, people are giving him the credit when it wasn't even him that did it.
Sure. Anyway.
You all fucked up. You all fucked up. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm still flabbergasted that they tried to give it to EDP. I'm sorry. I'm still flabbergasted about EDP. I'm not gonna lie.
Anyway, the main reason I say that is because, and point that out is because you can explain if you want, but I'm presuming that your takes on the Shadman stuff were kind of like, this is gross, weird, and so on, right?
Yeah, well, he's in the children's entertainment industry. He shouldn't be like having these fantasies about children.
Yeah, I think
or engaging in them.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's probably where we'd agree absolute most. The Shadman stuff is indefensible, fucked up, I don't think there's any kind of defense there. I guess just to play a bit of devil's advocate is, how would you respond to the kind of idea that, well, lots of people did support Shadman, you know, back when Shadman was popular, and there were people that were supportive of him. So, you know, some people argue that Kris was just kind of wrapped up in that rather than being a.
Well,
PDF
here's
file.
the thing.
I mean,
right?
did you watch the video, Chris's interactions with PDF file art?
I've not seen that. I've only seen the other coverage from the Adrix person. But
Like,
go
you
on.
really should watch
Here's
it.
what you need to remember. Yeah, here's what you need to remember. Shadman, right? Before Kris Tyson, like, I guess, promoted him, right? He already drew a 11-year-old, you know, inappropriately. He drew an actress. He drew a 10-year-old sexually, right? He did all of these actions. And
One of them was an 8-year-old, not a 10 or 11. No, I think Lieutenant Corbus was the 11-year-old. Keem's daughter was 8. Not that it makes any difference between 8 and 10, but at least get the age right if you did your research, right? Keem's daughter was 8 years old. 8.
And it's just like even the picture, even the poster, right, that Kris Tyson hanged on his wall
Yeah.
is literally labeled Lolly.
Yeah.
Lolly is, you know, like he knew what he was doing, like, you know, revolved underage children. So I mean, I don't think there's an excuse there.
No, sure.
Yeah,
and just to be clear, I'm playing I would agree with your conclusion, but just to kind of throw it out there because that's something that I've heard people say, and I would tend to agree that there was enough information to not associate with Shadman and certainly not have like his work on your wall. But I just think there's a perception and there's a dismissal of that interaction because people believe that Shadman had a lot of support around that time. So
I'm pretty sure he got called out for this even back then. Like he was drawing pornography of Keemstar's 7-year-old daughter. Like it was Colossal's Crazy called him out for that. And then what was it?
Oh yeah, that's what we're watching tomorrow. We're gonna watch the video on Shadman, and then we're gonna watch Colossal is Crazy talking to Shadman for him to take down and not do a particular drawing about Keemstar's daughter. Colossal is Crazy actually went up on live and talked to Shadman to get him to take things down and get rid of it. So. Colossal was definitely the GOAT in that situation.
Keemstar threatened legal action, and then he changed his tag from Lolly to Smalley. And then that's the same thing that it was. The poster was tagged as that Kris Tyson purchased from the website and put up on the. He said it was the centerpiece of his living room.
Yeah.
And now you have people like Sneeko that are coming up and backing up the same stuff that I was pointing out, where he liked that comment about, what was it, Bad Baby, when she was like 13. Someone commented, if she's 13, I'm 13. And now Sneeko's coming out and saying that he was there when Kris Tyson was talking about her, saying she was hot and that she was jailbait.
Yeah, no, exactly. Because, you know, I think that Sneeko, I would not necessarily trust anyone's claim, really, but that tweet does seem to add, or the like of the tweet adds weight to the idea that that could have well have happened, certainly. Yeah, I don't really think I've got much disagreement with the Shadman stuff because I haven't seen your video, of course, but I probably would imagine we got very similar takes on it because I think the lolicon stuff is, if you look at it in a sexual way, like that to me is a sign that you've got at least a sexual attraction to children, which would make you, you know, a PDF file, right? So.
Well, I mean, I can't say that he's ever like done anything to kids physically. All I can say is that he's actively engaging in fantasies about children and also working in the children's entertainment industry. And he also messaged a minor inappropriately and then met up with him in person. So what more do you want me to say?
But yeah, and if anybody says like, oh yeah, this shit is like.
Okay, the met up in person. Now, Lava, the minor in question that met up with Kris, Lava is saying that his family was on a camping trip and the family went and met the Mr. Beast squad and Kris was there. There was no alone time with Kris. That's what Lava is saying. Now, what sounds worse? Yeah, the minor met with Kris versus the minor and family met with the Mr. B squad. Which one sounds worse? The first one. It's wordplay. That's all I'm saying. It's wordplay. To make it sound worse than what it was, as far as that situation goes.
7 years old, like who gives a fuck, right? Another thing you need to keep in mind is he recently, about a year ago, right, he was hanging out with a transgender porn star who was actively grooming children into porn addiction. And you can look at they have multiple photos together, Ella Hollywood, Finster, and Kris Tyson, where they're just hanging out. So I just don't think it's very, you know, it's not even a good argument. Like it was 7 years ago, it was 6 years ago, because it's happening recently as well, you know?
Oh, that's the giggly goon clown stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, listen, it's always awkward to split hairs on horrendous stuff like this, but I believe what the story was Giggly Goon Clown had interactions with that Gene Hollywood person, I think. And the Giggly Goon Clown was the one that was definitely doing that. And I think Gene Hollywood was like participating in a fantasy with Giggly Goon Clown that indicated maybe they were into it as well, or something like that. Have I got that wrong?
It's more or less like that, but I don't know too much information about Ella Hollywood and like the circumstance, around that. But I do know that it's like something relevant to bring up and to look more into, definitely.
You know what it sounds like, Jar Dinosaur? The whole meetup with Kris Tyson thing. You know what that sounds like? Who was the guy in the Colleen story that was lying about meeting Colleen's husband? What was his name? I forgot his name. That's how Johnny. Thank you, Johnny. Remember how Johnny made it sound like that he would meet Colleen's husband like privately, almost like they were on a date? Wordplay. Yes, Christina, Johnny was lying about Josh in that way. It was wordplay.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, now getting on to the video itself, I guess the first question I've got...
You know what's funny, Julianne? I still to this day do believe that he did wish that he was on a date with Josh. I really do think he had feelings for Josh. To this day, I still believe that.
Okay, Smag, I'll let you in a second, okay? Just wait. The first question I've got is, obviously, we know the age from your views on the tweets and analysis of the timeline of the age. Do we have 100% confirmation that Chris and Mr. Beast knew the age at the time of the interaction? Okay.
Yes. So what happened is me and Verdius, we interviewed this guy, and he had confirmed to us that Kris Tyson started talking to him when he was 13 years old, and that he was friends with Kris Tyson, and he got his job because of Kris Tyson, and he looks up to the guy basically. Which he doesn't support all this coming out. He's against us in this. Like he's not like wanting to come out about it, but it's because he still looks up to Kris Tyson. He sees him as like a friend because he was a friend towards him. He gave him like job opportunities, and he just looked up to him. Frankly, that's all I can say. I'm just going to keep repeating myself if I keep talking about
that's fine. Because
that's another thing I have a problem with. Listen, I've made this mistake in the past, and I'm not going to do it again. If Lava feels like they weren't groomed, and they're an adult now, if Lava feels like they weren't groomed, then I'm not going to sit here and say they were groomed. That's for Lava to say. Were those messages inappropriate? Absolutely. There is no damn way that Kris Tyson, with his grown-ass man self, should have been talking to a 13-year-old like that. But if the would-be victim is saying that all this is bullshit, I'm not going to sit there and say, you're a victim. I'm not going to do it. Oh, yeah, Meowser. We're going to get into that. It's going to come out. So, yeah.
I feel that didn't really answer my question, because I'm not looking to defend.
Oh,
Chris
Christina. Okay, no problem.
You're
good, Christina.
That's worthy of complete criticism. But where in that can I discern that Chris definitively knew the age of the person having these interactions? Is it from the conversation that was happened, or
So he made him a moderator.
So people aren't going to believe a victim when they say they were hurt, and we're not going to believe someone who says they weren't? Oh, I see what you're saying, Doc. Listen, Lava says that nothing went on. The only thing I can do is believe Lava. You know? So Lava may come out years later and say, you know what, it was all right. And that's true. They may. Then we'll go back and redo the story. But I can only go off by what Lava is saying. That's all I can do. It's their story. It's not my story. It's their story. And these doofuses hijacked his story. Yes, Doc, you are right. It's just wild. People will believe a person whenever it fits their narrative. There you go.
And he also was like talking to him online and like playing video games with him too. So
okay. The thing is, and this is why I'm looking for a real nailed-on answer, because if you can say, well, there's a message or something where they said their age and Chris and Mr. Beast recognized that and said it's fine, like, that's the kind of thing that I'm thinking of when I'm asking for like the confirmation of the age. Have we got anything along those lines to really nail it on, to really nail the case against Chris and Mr. Beast?
In terms of like what he told Kris Tyson,
I think we would have to look through the evidence, but I think there could be something like that there.
Sure.
I can't remember from the top of my head.
That's fine.
Actually, wait.
Stronger. Sorry, go on.
So I did think of something. So keep in mind, he was not able to drive because he was not old enough to drive. And so apparently, I have a screenshot tweet. Like, I don't think I've uploaded this. They've had conversations about where supposedly Chris wanted a lifted truck. And, you know, the moment this guy turned 16, how could he have not told Kris Tyson that, hey, I can't drive yet. I'm going to get my permit or I'm going to get my driver's license, and I'll come and see you as soon as I'm able to drive.
Okay, I mean, there's definitely things that you can discern to think, well, maybe the age wasn't known. But the problem is, and the reason I'm on this point, even though I would agree there's definitely some stuff to criticize here, is that would really nail it on if there was direct confirmation or we had knowledge that Chris knew the age or should have known the age definitively. You know, that makes the case a lot stronger. Because, for example, if Chris and Mr. Beast respond to this as it is, there could be an argument made that would be convincing to some people of, well, I had no idea what the age is. And in your video, we don't have confirmation that they knew the age. So because it's not nailed on, there's like an angle they could slip around it on. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, well, I mean, it is on the responsibility of the person to know the other person's age.
Yep.
Like, you can't use that as a defense to say, oh, I didn't know she wasn't 18.
That's true, but you gotta show the confirmation that they knew the age. Oh, dear God. Don't make another video. Whatever you do, you two and the other one that stole your shit, don't make any more videos. Just stop. Stop. Just stop. I'm pulling out the water bottle and I'm spraying it in your face. Stop it. Stop it.
18. You can't say that because it's the other person's responsibility.
Sure, and I would agree that, you know, that the person should ask. And do you know about the pyrocynical situation?
I think I've heard about it before. I don't really know too much about it. Keem Star, he said like something about a 13-year-old French girl or something. I have no idea.
Sure. Well, the reason I bring that up is because, you know, Pyrocynical had, you know, disgusting sexualized conversations with somebody who turned out to be a minor. But Pyrocynical claimed they didn't know the age when they had the interaction. There's some information that points to the fact that maybe they might have known the age, but nothing conclusive.
Right.
And because that wasn't determined and nailed on, Pyrocynical hasn't really, you know, it's kind of moved past it, if you like. And it's just accepted now that Pyrocynical didn't know the age at the time of the conversation. Whereas if you're able to say...
Yeah, if you can't prove that they... Listen. I think it's well known in 2024, because this happened years ago, okay? So... let's just say, from this point on, if you talk to somebody in the DMs, the very first question that that better come out of your mouth, if you don't already know the person from like Twitter and stuff like that, all right? The very first thing that better come out of your mouth is, how old are you? And make damn sure, if you don't know who that person is, because they could be giving you a tip or, you know, something like that on the story, don't say anything inappropriate and you type to them in that DM like you would in open Twitter. Do not say anything inappropriate to anyone in a DM because it is going to come back on your ass. I'm just saying.
Like, I mean, maybe you don't have this, and that's fine if you don't. But if you can
Actually,
say they knew the age...
wait.
Sorry, go on.
I think I have it. So he works for Mr. Beast. So that means that they would have known his age. They would have to know his age. They paid
I
him
don't think
money.
you can make an argument here, Daddy.
Sid, stop. You know exactly what I mean. Stop it. Stop it. You know exactly what I mean. You keep it appropriate and don't say anything that would cancel you, is what I mean. Sid, stop. You know exactly what I mean when I said that. When you are in DMs with people, talk appropriately. Don't be stupid and set your ass up.
He didn't know his age. Like,
Yeah,
you
they paid
can't-
him money.
No. I'm asking you guys to make a strong argument that he did know the age.
That is a
Like-
stronger.
No, but I've had to press you guys to get it. Why is that not on the fucking video?
Well,
Why is it not laid out?
So what I was doing was I was taking all the evidence I had, and me and Verdius were pressured because of the documentary. I can't talk anything about this other guy's documentary, but we were pressured to release it, and so I was on a time crunch to get this video filmed.
By the way, he's talking about the EDP documentary that's coming out. By the same guy, and I forgot his name, but by the same guy who made the Boogie documentary. I don't understand how the EDP documentary has anything to do with this. I don't get that. Yeah, Mike Klum, thank you. I don't understand how the Mike Klum documentary has anything to do with this. I don't understand.
Filmed and get all this out there.
Sure.
It was
We're
not
making
planned.
a better video, and the stuff you mentioned is going to be included in it. Okay?
Please don't.
Okay, and that's
Yeah.
fine.
Please don't.
And, please understand.
And,
I'm saying
Please
this
don't
not because
make
I'm trying to have a go
another
at you. It's because I'm trying to think of the points at which I know people are going to try and swerve around this, and that would just make the case so much stronger if you can know it.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
What I have to respond with is that, since they're paying him money, people that hire other people, because he did work there, he literally puts it in his bio on his Twitter. They have to know his age. You can't say you didn't know someone's age and they're literally working for you and you're paying them money.
Yeah, I mean, sure. There's arguments that you could make that they should have known the age. Okay, and I would agree that they should have taken a lot of effort to know the age, and I agree with all of that. It's just if you can make a very strong case that they at least should have known the age, or even did know the age, that's going to make the whole point a lot more conclusive and harder for people to wriggle around and say that make arguments against it, right? So, yeah, I mean, moving on. I mean, I think that broadly your analysis of the tweets was pretty decent. I think that maybe a few points where you maybe overreached a bit, but overall, yeah, it's pretty fucked up. The nudes thing was pretty fucking wacky. And I think another thing that people have missed is I think you take all of it together and it paints a kind of picture of this person, right?
Yeah, I mean, the fact that one of the people I tried to reach out to was Sneeko as well, but the thing is,
Dear God, I need ice. I'll be right back. I need more Diet Mountain Dew. This kid is making me just overdose on caffeine. Sneeko, really? This kid. He's going to try to get a hold of EDP, and then the next one was going to be Sneeko. Of all people, Sneeko. Mr. Transphobia himself, Sneeko. You know, this reminds me of? This kind of reminds me of, you ever see those videos where it shows you people who are trying to rob a convenience store, but they're too stupid to get it done right? And they fall over themselves, or they trip and fall, or they accidentally shoot themselves. I feel like that's what I'm watching. I feel like I'm watching one of those videos of somebody trying to rob a convenience store, but they're too dumb to get it done. Or the Three Stooges. That works too. Oh my God.
I could not get. But yeah, but I couldn't get a hold of him. He doesn't want to be found, is what it seems like. And the thing is, I tried to reach out to him because I knew he was on the Mr. Beast team, and I reached out to one of their former editors, Matt Turner. But that whole thing collapsed because Matt Turner didn't like my politics, and he didn't like the fact that I met up with Kyle Rittenhouse.
Okay, sure. Yeah, the Sneeko thing. I know people don't like Sneeko, but he did work with Mr. Beast, so he probably does have some insight, right? And I mean,
well, that's what I was trying to shoot for, and he actually gave the insight. I saw it online. He said that I said this earlier. He was mentioning that Bad Baby, she was 13 at the time, and he was saying that she was hot and that she was jailbait. So we also have a testimony from someone that knew Kris Tyson personally, as well. And I pointed out the weird stuff where he liked that tweet that if she's 13, I'm 13. And he also tweeted out about Bad Baby, and he's like, Keemstar or whoever is photoshopping boobs on her.
Okay.
Listen, Chud, if you want to know a little bit more about that, basically it's Adrox didn't include this part in his video, right? It's a tweet where he just liked something, and it would make more sense if you saw it, I guess.
Oh, you mean the Bad Barbie tweet?
Yeah.
I showed that on stream. I found that on Steam, so I've shown that already.
One thing I'd like to mention is that the reason why, because people they're wrongfully attributing this. So what happened is this Lava GS guy. I'm assuming someone from the Kiwi Farms probably told him. He finds my video, and he's still in contact with Kris Tyson. So what happened is after he found my video, Kris Tyson deleted all of his Twitter accounts, his 2 public Twitter accounts and his private Twitter account. And I think it's because Lava told him.
As well.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I can't say every single little.
Kris knew it was happening. Kris knew it was coming. That's why Kris deleted everything. Lava may have told him. We don't know. The rumblings about Kris Tyson over the months have gotten louder and louder and louder, like you're walking up steps. Okay? And we have finally reached the top of the steps. Kris Tyson knew this was happening.
Little detail, but Kris Tyson, when he heard about well, I mean, I can't talk about that, but when he saw who I was and what I did, he connected the dots because he's done something before, is what I will say. He's said some things, and he realized that was because of me, and he was like freaking out as soon as he found that out. And so I think that's why he deleted his Twitter accounts as well, and on top of all this other evidence, because he knew.
How can you have you got like confirmation of before and after or something? How can you attribute that directly to your video?
Well, I can't say 100% definitively. What I can say is we already know that he's still in contact with them because he told us in the interview, and we know that he found our video or my video because he commented on it. And so it just coincidentally, right after that, he deletes his Twitter accounts. And keep in mind, my video's been up for like a month, so he deleted his.
Yeah, Meowser, great point. Reminder that Sneeko likes cuties and think the age of consent should be the age of maturity. That's very true. So we try to pass it on to EDP, and we try to pass it on to Sneeko, who has that take. That is very true, Meowser. Thank you for reminding me of that. Good job, Meowser. You get a gold star for the day. Congratulations. You get the golden star.
Twitter account for quite a while. I think I was in Norway when he deleted his Twitter accounts, and that's when Lava GS had.
Yeah, he won't say the age of maturity. What does the age of maturity mean? I know in the olden days before age of consent was a thing, like way old, like way before I was even thought of, before age of consent was a thing, age maturity of women was when they had their first cycle, because that's when they were breedable. So Sneeko, what exactly do you mean when you say age of maturity? Are you talking mind maturity? I hope so, at least. Good God.
Found out about the video.
Another thing as well, this is a bit of a nitpick, but I don't think a Kiwi farmer would be contacted and being like, oh, there's a video about you in that way. They don't really tend to do that sort of thing. I think what's more likely
They contacted.
Sorry, go on.
Oh, sorry, I'm sorry for interrupting, but
No,
they contacted me.
They contacted you? How?
Yeah, YouTube comments.
Oh, okay. I just think that, Chris from Mr. Beast probably has people that send them stuff all the time. There's probably people that monitor the Kiwi Farms thread. Do you remember the Keffels shit? You remember Keffels?
Yeah, I know about it. Or him. See, you know what? Sorry, I misspoke. I don't know much about this person. I just know like what they did.
Okay, that's fine. Listen, I don't really mind your personal. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're allowed to gender as you wish. I don't think it's going to cause me any problems on my platform. So speak freely, okay? Just don't say any slurs.
Okay, I don't believe like that men can become women with modern technology, but that's not a point that I'm going to make because like that is separate from this whole allegation thing. That has nothing to do with it.
Okay, right.
Oh my God. This kid just keeps telling on himself.
So that's interesting because I've not watched all of your content about this, and I watched obviously that video about the 13-year-old thing, and I didn't see any like what you would call transphobic comments or something like that from you. But you're saying you do have this underlying thing, but it seems like you're trying to disassociate what would be that bias from your coverage of the allegations. Is that right?
Yeah, that's absolutely correct because it has nothing to really do with that. I mean, people they want to say, I see these comments, they're saying, oh, all of them are like that. When, I
love Chud Logic because he can be so spicy, but when you talk to him, he can be so calm to where you feel comfortable just talking. And the thing is about when people start talking, they start telling on themselves when they just feel free and very comfortable to talk. It's amazing.
I can't say that for certain.
Okay. Do you think that the focus on the trans aspect of the Kris Tyson stuff has like caused a detriment to actually getting light on the true stuff that matters?
Yes, because people are scared to death, or at least not anymore, but they were scared to death of covering this person because not only are they dealing with someone who's transgender, but they also are dealing with Mr. Beast, which is like revered.
Okay, I do agree with him on that point. There are some people, again, this has been going on for months about the Shadman art with Kris Tyson. Okay? And were people, r/YouTube drama as a matter of fact. Although now, y'all fixed the problem. You couldn't say one thing about Kris Tyson. Because we weren't going, their mind, what they were thinking, we're not going to cancel Kris Tyson because Kris Tyson is trans. What do I always say on my channel? My hands are rated E for everyone. I do not care. If you are a shitty person, you are a shitty person. You like lolly, you like lolly. You talk inappropriate to children, you talk inappropriate to children. I don't care what group you belong to. I do not give a shit. Just saying.
Is a saint, and he's like the largest content creator on YouTube. People are scared to death of covering this, or at least breaking the story, but now it's already broke.
Yeah, it's getting more traction now. I've seen people who, to me, seem to be from hardline the other camp that are saying things like, "Oh, this is going to make all trans people look bad." So I think slowly there is a kind of tide turning here. But yeah, certainly I think people have been like, "Oh, this video is transphobic," when like the Aatrox video isn't. Your video doesn't.
Exactly, Grizzly Bear. I hate individuals, not groups of people. Exactly. I can't stand individuals. I call out individuals, not groups of people. Exactly.
Seem to have any signs of that from what you're
No.
Yes,
I mean,
Luna,
the thing
I
is,
would.
like, people, if anyone wants to think that there's an agenda, like, for the people on Kiwi Farms, there might have been an agenda, 100%. But in terms of me, I looked into Kris Tyson because of the stuff I saw in a post on 4chan. I looked into him because I was concerned. It's not because, oh, this guy's transphobic, we need to find, or sorry, this guy's transgender, oh, we need to find something to get him on. It was never about that.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
I
we
do
don't care about him
understand,
being trans. Like,
I
we
do
genuinely
understand the
don't care.
impact.
At least I
Though.
don't.
Yeah, I do. I'm aware of the impact that it's causing, but really, it's more about the fact that this guy's in the children's entertainment industry and that he went to the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. You know.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. I mean, again, there's people in chat that are saying about political agenda. I personally am not seeing that in the content. I mean, you obviously got a perspective on it. That's of course fine. As long as it doesn't bleed into the content, I guess that's.
No.
Okay.
I made sure not to do that. Like it. I have my opinions about it, but this whole pedophilia thing, it has nothing to do with the fact that he thinks he's a woman. I mean, people might say that they're related in some way, but I'm saying like that's a separate issue. That's not him just.
I agree, Kay. And the real LGBT, I can't English today, community is big about self-policing and outing unsafe people. I'm tired of internet people putting identities over actions. I agree. And that happens a lot. Identity politics. Team sports. Team sports actually is a perfect way to put it. You see that a lot on both sides. Look what happened with Keffels. Denims wouldn't even talk about it. Wouldn't even watch Mudahar's video. Automatically labeled him transphobic because of the thumbnail. When Keffels herself used that same artist. There was a lot of people who wouldn't talk about it because of that. Because it was Keffels. And they didn't want to get they were more worried about getting canceled for calling out Keffels because Keffels was trans, or Keffels is trans. And that's ridiculous. If a bad person does a bad thing, then you call that bad person out. I don't care.
If he thinks he's a woman, it doesn't mean that he's just automatically 100% confirmed a pedo,
Sure. Okay. Yeah. I mean, the main thing that I'm still a bit like uncertain about of the exactly what happened here, because it seems to be based primarily on Discord messages, is this camper van thing. So yeah. I guess before we get into that exactly, you said that you'd spoken to the person, the one person,
yes.
The 20, right? So that interview, you say you're going to release at some point. Is that correct? Or not?
Well, I will release it at some point.
Sure. Okay.
It's so pretty much I got those Discord messages from Carl's server. And in terms of like, if I had to look up the messages again, because we tried to screen record as much as we could, but we couldn't screen record every single thing because I've been on this for such a long time. And I looked through so many Discord messages. If I saw something that was, noticeable, I'd screenshot it and put it in there and make a note of it. And when it came time to actually like screen record and like actually like cover all the stuff that's like so far back or so hidden, I wasn't able to screen record all of that. But we did the best that we could. We did a live stream where we screen recorded, because this is for the second time. We screen recorded all the tweets when they were up. And we also went to the Discord server to find the tweet or the Discord messages about the camper van. So those are real messages. We did a live stream.
Okay. So one thing to point out before we also get to the camper van stuff in relation to this lava person is I didn't actually see this. Someone's just posted it on Twitter here. This is their comment about your video. They say, this video is not true and disgusting. Ava Kris has never done anything wrong, and for you to make up these lies and create these narratives is just wrong. Also, when you interviewed me for a supposed editing job, why did you lie? Okay. Also, when you interviewed me for a supposed editing job, why did you lie? So you can take the clips out of context. This is disgusting. So what's your response to that?
Well, I was told to just wait until the video to address this, but I'm fine with addressing it right here, really quick.
Okay, everybody, listen up. Listen up.
So the Twitter messages, they are authentic. Kris, he's like this super creepy dude. If he said any of these things in person, he would have been arrested and removed from middle school grounds because adults, they cannot talk to kids like that. I'd love to hear his opinion about the tweets, since he wants to say that, like, I'm in the wrong or I took it out of context. We'll put it into context then, Lava, because I showed the tweets and, you know, I asked you, would you care to comment about it? You didn't comment about it. Like, I want your opinion about this, but you're not giving it. And I think the reason why is because you know the tweets are real and you know, like, he was caught or messaging you inappropriately. I think that's why you don't want to respond to it.
Okay, because, I mean, certainly I can understand where people might look at this and think that you're almost trying to turn this person into a victim when they're saying they're not a victim, right? Like, I guess, like, why is it your right to tell this story when the person that was apparently involved and groomed is saying something totally different?
Thank you. It's not your right. It's not your right.
I mean, I'm just telling you what I found online.
Okay. Well, you know, again, just to be clear, I think some of the stuff you showed is extremely troubling and it's worthy of putting out there. But you were also, I think, making links and connections. Like, for example, you talked about how that there was an implication that there was some sort of nudes that were sent.
Well, because he literally had messaged him that.
So that was up the Twitter thing, right?
Yes. It was on Twitter. I mean, heck, if you go to advanced Twitter search and you type in LavaGS's name, those tweets are still up on his side. You can see it right now. I mean, Kris isn't because he deleted his Twitter, but you can see LavaGS's tweets on that are still up right now. And that's the thing is, I think it's really interesting how he wants to say that I was taking it out of context or that I'm in the wrong about this, but then he can't address those tweets. Like, did he or did he not message you those things? Because we literally have screen recordings, dude.
Sure, but I guess the point I'm making is you're saying you're showing what you found online.
Yes.
That's true to a degree, but then you're also editorializing what you found in your video and talking about it and making connections and conclusions.
Well, I didn't
you are spinning a narrative.
I didn't make a complete conclusion because I said I don't know if something physically happened to him. All I can show is that Kris Tyson messaged him inappropriately and met up with him 2 years later. I can show that.
We aren't calling Kris a P-word, right? We aren't doing that. We're just showing our stuff.
And again, Lava says when he met Kris, he met the whole crew with his family. He was with his family. He specifically said they were on a camping trip. Come on now. Come on. Bro. It's like when Johnny was trying to say that Josh just slipped him his number. He didn't want to include, the first time he said it, he didn't want to include that his parents were right there. And okay with it. And hoping that, you know, hey, their kid can get getting to know a big YouTuber. Come on now. Wordplay.
And if people want to make their own, conclusions based on that, that's up to them. But I am not calling Kris at all that.
Yeah, I mean, I said it earlier in the live stream, but I'm not like saying that he ever like physically diddled a kid. I never said that. What I said is that I can prove he messaged him inappropriately, met up with him in person. It might have happened. We honestly don't know, and that's what we kind of need answers for.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I would absolutely agree on is I think there's enough here that it does warrant a response from Kris from Mr. Beast, the Shabman stuff, and then this. But it's yeah, I don't know. It's difficult because I can also see a narrative or a perspective where this person wants to offer some defense or cover for them. But like, I guess again, because there's some stuff that isn't nailed on.
Okay,
in the video,
Smaggle's coming,
that
y'all.
would make a lot stronger case that would kind of discount
Smaggle's
someone
going
saying
to join
this,
just a second.
like this, So
yeah,
you say you're going to make another video with a stronger like aspects to it. Is that right?
Yeah,
Please
I'm going to
don't.
make a comprehensive video that will, blend all the information. It's going to be more watchable because I'm going to be honest. There's cicadas, there's birds. I could have done better, but I was under a time crunch because I.
Bro, don't make another video. Apparently Beckett was in the chat going, I need cicadas and birds in the background to understand what this kid is saying. Beckett is such a shitter. Bless his heart. He tries.
I can't talk about all the details about that because and it's not about Kris Tyson, but there's like a police investigation, and I can't say anything about that. And so what I did want to say was, hold on. Yeah, or sorry, here, I'll let Verdia speak real quick.
Right. I mean, I guess everybody. I'm looking at the chat right now. I see everybody saying, "Let's smaggle in." Let's smaggle.
Okay.
I don't know who that
Okay.
is.
Yeah,
who's
Smaggle?
Smaggle
Yeah, sorry, someone's pinging me right now.
That's
So
okay.
hold on.
Don't worry about it. I'll bring Smaggle in just a moment because Smaggle is like connected to some of the YouTubers. Like I think he's worked somewhat with Turkey Tom before, so he may have some information. I believe that maybe goes against some of the things you're saying. I'm not 100%. We'll do that in just a moment. But yeah, I mean, I guess that like, well, let's do it now. Let's do it now and see what's
Okay.
Smaggle was so angry about their video. Smaggle was so angry about their video. Oh, Smaggle, bless his heart. Oh.
Sorry. I remember what I was going to say. So
Go on.
So Lava GS, he's still in contact with Kris. Obviously, he told Kris about this, and you know his response to this. I don't know if he's actually saying this or Kris is actually saying this. I'm aware that he told us when we were asking him about this sort of stuff. He completely said that there's nothing weird about Kris, but then we know that's not true because of the Shadman stuff. But he was like saying that nothing happened, and that Kris is completely innocent. Although we were very, so he did think that we were having him edit for us, and that that's why he was telling us all this. Like,
did you hear him? Did you hear that part? Do I need to rewind? Did you hear that part? He's talking about lava. I want you to hear this again.
Although we were very, so
Listen.
he did think that we were having him edit for us, and that that's why he was telling us all this. Like he
Wait,
was,
so
he
you,
was
wait a second.
fine.
So you tricked him into a
So you
conversation.
fucking baited them.
So
Smaggle,
he was fine. He was fine with us. Okay, he didn't know why we were interviewing him. Basically, like the reason.
The would-be victim, the person they are calling a victim, they tricked him into an interview. The guy was thinking that he was doing an interview for a editing job. They didn't tell him that they were interviewing him to talk about Kris Tyson. Yes, they baited lava. We'll listen. We'll hear it again. Hold on.
Although we were very, that's why he was telling us all this. Completely innocent. Although we were very, so he did think that we were having him edit for us, and that that's why he was telling us all this. Like he
Wait,
was,
so
he
you,
was
wait a second.
fine.
So you tricked him into a
So you
conversation.
fucking baited them.
So
Smaggle,
he was fine. He was fine with us. Okay. He didn't know why we were interviewing him. Basically, like the reason he knew. He said we didn't have to worry about reporting around him, but he didn't know that was the reason, and it's because we literally see this guy that is into this pedophile art. He messaged a minor inappropriately, and so I could literally see, like, we tried to reach out to this guy 3 times before, and then
That's it. Pack it up. We're done. That's it. Pack it up. We're done. They baited him. He thought he was talking to them about possibly editing for them. And they recorded the call, which they said that he said recording was fine. They didn't care. He didn't care. And they're using what he said in that would-be interview to go against Kris Tyson. Bruh, am I literally supposed to take anything out of your mouth as truthful now? Am I supposed to respect your video or what you found? No, thank you. I'll leave it to the professionals. I'll leave it to the professional shitters. Because you know what? They may be shitters, but damn if they won't show the truth. And they don't go around lying to people and calling people victims who don't even call themselves victims. Yeah, I don't like her either. I don't like Kris. But this is wrong. This is wrong. This is so wrong.
we actually get a hold of him. And the thing is, we need to know if something happened to this guy or not. But we knew he's supporting Kris Tyson still. So we had to ask him, like, oh, hey, you know, we're making content about these creeps or whatever. We were not molested.
I don't know,
We didn't
Grizzly
have any
Bear. I
rumors
didn't
or anything.
cover, I
We said,
didn't
oh,
cover that.
we had, you know, people that talked inappropriately to us. They were trying to send us pictures. Did this thing ever happen to you? And he said, no, this, you know, it didn't happen to me. And then he specifically said, oh, Kris Tyson, there's nothing weird about that guy.
Actually, that's not completely true. He said something like that it might have happened, but he didn't really realize it. I do remember.
Oh, okay, sorry. I misspoke then. Well, here, I think I should let Birdie speak because I'm just...
Yeah, you misspeak a lot, don't you? You misspeak a lot, don't you? God, he's such a little shit.
gonna ramble.
No, it's fine. I just
no.
feel like Smaggle. Wait. I'll let you go in a second. Okay? I just want to say one thing, right? And I feel like there is a case to be made here, and I think there is information that's worth having out there. And I appreciate you're small and you wanted to hand it off to people, but there has been, you know, numerous areas of, I would argue, incompetence in going about this and baiting someone into a conversation. And then now you're getting them coming out saying this video is totally wrong. You understand this very much undermines the case you're trying to make.
Have you ever heard of James O'Keefe and Project Veritas?
Right. I mean, yeah, James.
Okay, he lost me. He completely has lost me now. He has completely lost me. Homeboy wants to be Project Veritas. He's lost me. Completely lost me. Like, as in, I really don't give a shit. We're here for Smaggle now, okay? That's all I'm going to say. We are now here for Smaggle. That's all I'm saying.
James O'Keefe is not like the person you should necessarily look as an avatar of success with this stuff.
No,
Some of his investigations are riddled with
really
issues, like the fucking post office thing, where that guy from the post office got led down with hearsay to act like he'd be able to prove that there was some problem with the fucking votes, and then it didn't transpire, it didn't become anything, because the guy, you know, was presented as this paragon of someone that could reveal information that didn't happen. You know what I'm talking about, right? The guy that works at the post office. He got, you know, slung to the
there's
side.
a lot of things he does, so I don't know
Okay,
the
but
ones
okay.
you're referring to.
Okay, I don't want to get too political with it, I guess. Let's just take a step
I
back.
think
The political
James
aspect.
O'Keefe, he does amazing work.
But this is the problem. Okay, dude, how do you do this without getting super political? I feel like what you've done is you've got someone that you look up to in James O'Keefe, and you've tried to imitate them. And James O'Keefe isn't perfect, but you know you've done it in a very shitty way. So now there's problems with what you've done. You understand the problems that you presented in doing this, right?
Yes,
I mean,
I do see some of the problems. Yeah, we could definitely did it.
Hold on. Don't speak for him. Let Prison talk.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, what was the question? Do I see the problems that it caused?
Yes.
I mean, what I see is that I was able to confirm all the stuff because people are saying, "Oh, do you have absolute confirmation? Do you have absolute confirmation?" If we never reached out to him, would we have absolute confirmation? I mean, yeah, there is the picture, but people supposedly the picture wasn't.
You still don't have confirmation because he's on fucking Twitter right now saying that it's not true. He's on Twitter right now saying that you lied to him. He's on Twitter right now saying he's not a victim and he wasn't groomed. You do not have confirmation. You little piece of shit.
Wasn't enough, is what I've been seeing, which I think is pretty ridiculous.
Hold on. What picture? The picture of them
The
meeting
picture
up?
of them meeting up, yes.
Okay, but do we know before that he knew about his age? Because there's a difference between him messaging someone.
Okay, so
And
are you
then
saying
he
that,
can be his
it was okay? Are you saying it was okay?
I'm not
for Kris
saying it's
Tyson
okay.
to
I'm not
message
saying
a
it's
minor
okay.
inappropriately and joke
I'm
about some
saying we
YouTube.
need
Are
to
you
know
saying
his
that was
age.
okay?
I'm saying we need to
That's
know
his
his age.
responsibility.
Fellas.
Are you saying?
Relax.
Are you saying that if someone sleeps with a minor, you're saying, oh, they can just pull I didn't know their age card, and then just
No,
get off
that's not
scot free?
what
Is that
I'm
what you're
saying.
saying?
No.
So
I'm
why
asking
are you getting all angry at me for?
Because
Because you're an
you
idiot.
didn't confirm the age. You didn't know.
Yeah,
if
you know,
Chris
I reached out to
Tyson
a lot of
was
people.
No, dude, shut
I
the
didn't
fuck
think
up.
you-
and
Okay,
let
let's
me
bring the
talk.
temperature
Oh
down.
yeah,
Okay.
you want to disrespect me? You want to disrespect me? Why do I have to continue talking to you? Why do I?
You don't deserve respect. What you deserve is that You know what you deserve? No, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to pull the destiny line. You know what you deserve? You deserve the shit that you're getting right now. You deserve all the heat. You literally took something that you could have told a story about how Kris Tyson was talking inappropriately to minors, and you lied, deceived people, and telling a would-be possible victim story who's now saying they're not a victim. You literally could have ran with the story that Kris Tyson talked inappropriately to minors. You would have been fine there. But you just had to go that extra step. And the extra step, you lost all credibility. I don't care how long you're on YouTube. I will laugh at every single fucking video you make. Because you are a piece of shit. And no one should trust what your videos ever say. and ever put out. I will never trust you saying that you interviewed somebody, because how do I know you didn't trick them into it like you did Lava? How would I know that? Could you imagine? I am going to have to make a soapbox emote, aren't I? Because I have a tendency of getting on it. That's true, Blue Jay.
It's just
right now.
Smaggle, just calm down. There's no need. I understand
No,
that people
no,
in
no,
chat
no.
want
I
blood
see why he's
sports.
upset. I see why he's upset because, you know, people were trying to say I was being transphobic because I was calling out this guy for being a
What?
creep. Is
Hold
that
on,
why
hold
you're
on. Wait a
upset?
second. I'm not. What? You would say, dude?
I literally hopped on this stream and I saw a girl saying that, you know, there's an agenda.
I'm not here because I'm mad at you because you think that trans people don't exist. That's not what I'm
Well,
mad
you're
about.
certainly mad at me. I can hear it in your tone.
Yeah, I am mad at you because
Yeah, you're mad at me.
you the first person you thought of was going to another fucking pedophile before Kris
That was
Tyson.
not the first person. That was not.
Go, Smaggle, go! Smaggle W! Smaggle W! True, Squatch, and sometimes you need that soapbox to reach the top shelf. Hashtag short girl things.
Oh,
No,
sorry.
I reached out to
The
Charlotte
first
Chris.
person, the first person was Chris Chan, the guy that fucked his
That was not the
No,
first
that was
person.
the
That
first
is
one.
false.
Yeah,
That is
I'm
false.
sorry, I forgot
Wrong.
you.
Wrong. That is false.
Who was the first
Completely
person
false.
then?
First
Okay.
person.
Multiple
I reached
people,
out to
multiple
was
commentary
my-
channels.
They tried to go to Chris Chan. They tried to go to Chris Chan, who allegedly slept with their mother. So they tried to go to EDP, and they tried to go to Chris Chan. And Chris Hansen. And Sneeko. Bruh, what? You know what I find funny? Take the Chris Hansen part out of what I'm about to say. EDP, Sneeko, and Chris Chan. Y'all sure did try to contact people who have very inappropriate pasts, huh? I'm just saying. I mean, what?
The turning point
Before.
was a news website, was a journalist. I tried to get this out to people. I exhausted all my resources. The average person doesn't have connections. I didn't have connections, but I did know how to contact.
So you thought the best course of action was going to EDP?
Best course of action. It's what I had. You really think it's all going to be sunshine and rainbows against a channel that has 132 of the world's population subscribed to them? Do you honestly think that?
You know, I think that any normal person would look through, oh, what has EDP done in the last few years, and not go through him because he is a better coach. He's showing his shit to kids.
Listen, I appreciate the content, Brain. I know that some people want blood sports, okay? But clearly that is not the way to get the best out of this conversation, okay? Yes, I think it's all...
Nah, fuck that. At this point, the kid deserves blood sports. I'm sorry. I have to disagree with Chud on this one. The blood sports is well deserved. At this point, we've already had the conversation. Let the blood sports ensue because this kid deserves it. This kid completely deserves it. There is no way I would have been able to call in and not pursue blood sports with this little fucker.
We'll agree going to EDP is fucking retarded, okay? However, what I would say is I at least understand the logic a little bit because EDP did call out Christian Mr. Beast, right?
And Keemstar talked about it too. And people were talking about it. I literally had friends that said, hey, look, you did it. He's covering it. And I could just send him all the other information and then have him talk about it, but then he wouldn't do it.
Okay.
You know what, Sid? That actually, you know what? You bring up a good point. The I'm not doing this for clout guy talking about sub count. You bring up a good point.
I understand from the perspective of, you know, someone like yourself who clearly is not about this life, doesn't do the YouTube thing, having that kind of mentality. I think it's retarded, to be clear, but I do at least understand
It is
your
retarded.
perspective. Okay.
No, baby. You're retarded for what you did. You're retarded for what you did. And you know what? You don't do this YouTube thing. Don't do the YouTube thing. You don't need to do the YouTube thing. Because you make people like me and like Bo Blacks and Nick or FPS Diesel or Beckett, Cope and Seed, you make our jobs harder with the bullshit you do. Because instead of actually going into Shadman and what Kris Tyson has done. You muddied the waters, and now we have to take a day and clear it up because of your fuck up. I could be doing the Shadman video right now. I could be showing how Clown stopped Shadman right now. And then go into the videos about Kris Tyson to make it comprehensive, but no. I have to stop and clear up your fuck up. Don't do this YouTube thing. You are incompetent.
And then
No, it was a
also,
stupid move. It was a stupid move.
Okay,
Oh,
good.
no. So the logic behind it is stupid, all right? But if it wasn't for that, I literally wouldn't even have talking to Vertius. I wouldn't have gotten involved with other people, and those videos wouldn't have been made and gotten out there if it wasn't for the fact I reached out to EDP. So, you know, the information's out now, and if I didn't reach out to EDP, the information wouldn't have been out. And it's because I wouldn't have uploaded those videos because there's another guy who we can't talk about who was essentially that put pressure on us to release these videos. And he didn't directly tell us, but I can't talk about
why is there
that.
this pressure? I don't understand this pressure argument. Why do you have any pressure? You're like nothing channel.
We
no
will,
disrespect.
I can't talk about that.
discussed in another video. We'll discuss
hold
it
on,
in
if you
the
can't
other
talk
video.
about it, then why
Yes,
bring it
I
up in
can't
the
talk
first
about it.
place?
Because
Why
that's
bring
what
it up in the
happened.
first place?
That's what happened.
Look, listen. From my perspective, right? I wasn't there when he reached out to EDP, right? I can say it is stupid to reach out to a predator, a known predator, right, and try to get him to cover something about, you know, somebody else, right? Did he reach out to people before EDP? Yes.
Yes.
But I think it was still stupid. I think he could have
also
done it
reached out
better,
to Kris
and we
Tyson's
will
wife,
learn, right? We will learn
I've got to be honest,
not do
Vertius,
that.
you seem like the organ grinder, okay? And you seem like the monkey, to be honest with you. Let's hear more from Vertius about this for a sec, okay?
All right.
Smaggle, what have you got a question or a point you want to bring to the table to move forward?
Yes. So my question is, when did you record this interview with the miner, with Lava, and why didn't you include the interview in the original video?
Okay, so a couple of things, right? The interview, we still had to look through multiple sections of it, right? We had to like depict, okay, he said this here, he said this here. Okay, did we ask him this correctly? There was like information that was, you know, we wanted to double check. And the video, we released it without the interview because, again, I don't want to keep going in circles, but we should have, you know, put the interview in the video.
An interview that was done under false pretenses. Mind you. An interview that was done under false pretenses. He thought he was having a casual conversation about editing for them. He didn't know that it was an interview about Kris Tyson.
It's a good point. I'm not even going to argue that, but we are going to do that.
These people right here are the type of people, this is why I don't like going into VCs on Discord. They're the type that will record you and take it out of context. These guys right here. And you know the funny thing is, and I can't help but to think this, but I feel like Lava was victimized, but I feel like Lava was victimized by these guys. Lava was talked to inappropriately by Kris. Kris absolutely, she shouldn't have done that. She absolutely shouldn't have done that. I'm not saying that. I'm not sticking up for Kris Tyson whatsoever. But these guys lying to Lava and interviewing Lava under false pretenses and is going to put the interview out, and Lava is literally on Twitter screaming they are not a victim. They victimized them. And that's gross. That's gross.
That, you know, I think maybe within the next, I would say maybe 2 weeks, we're going to release a much bigger and more comprehensive video where the interview is going to be also there. The interview should have been in the video. You're right.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Sorry, Smaggle, please go on. What else have you got for me?
And also, sorry, one more thing. The interview is really long as well, so it could be a video of its own. You know, just a little side point, but it's still irrelevant.
Actually,
Bernie for 5. So they pulled a Black Dahlia. Oh my God. Bernie. That's an old reference. I don't think everybody would understand that reference. I don't know if everybody would understand that reference, but yeah, basically. Except for without the offing the person, but yeah. Wow. Good job, Bernie. I like that reference. Thank you for the 5.
I want Prism to answer this because I found a comment, some other people I found the comment that Lava put out like 4 weeks ago. I sent it to Chud saying, this video is not true and disgusting. Ava Chris has never done anything wrong, and for you to make up these lies and create this narrative is just wrong. Also, when you interviewed me for a supposed editing job, why did you lie? So you can take the clips out of context? This is disgusting. And then Prism says, care to comment why when you were 14 and Chris was 20 to 21, you and Kris Tyson had bro talk where he was joking about sending you nudes and flirting with you on Twitter. So
yeah, that seems like.
Hold on. Let me try to respond to this.
He knows his friend is fucking up, so he's like, okay, let the smart one talk.
Let you say it in a second, but like let me hear what this guy is like. So what is it? How should we respond to that? Like, what are you asking?
No, why? So real question: why didn't he respond? Like, why is he having all these other people respond for him? Why can't he come on and respond? Because the thing is, at the end of the day, the question we want to know is, why is he not acknowledging these tweets? Why am I getting shit for just pointing it out?
Well, you're getting shit because he thought he was
no
going
one
to
else
for
doing
a
anything
fucking
about it.
job interview for an interview.
Oh, so
and
I see a guy inappropriately messages a minor online. I see he met up with him in person. I see he's into pedophile art, and you're saying, oh, well, you didn't tell him you were making an expose on Kris Tyson. Oh, it's like, yeah, no shit, I didn't tell him.
No, dude,
That's
not what you do. Oh my God. I don't know what to say at this point. I am so infuriated. I don't know what to say, bro. You're an idiot. You're an absolute idiot. No shit, you didn't tell him? What?
Inappropriately messages a minor online. I see he met up with him in person. I see he's into pedophile art, and you're saying, oh, well, you didn't tell him you were making an expose on Kris Tyson. Oh, it's like, yeah, no shit, I didn't tell him.
No, dude,
it's investigating. That's what it is.
I'm saying is that I know he knew that he was a minor when they met up. I'm saying I don't know if he knew he was a minor.
I mean,
when he
are you really
did that
saying
messaging.
it's okay?
And that is what you were supposed to do. You were supposed to prove that he knew
that
he was messaging a minor, and you didn't.
Listen,
and that's
Snaggle,
the problem.
One sec,
that is the problem.
One sec.
Dude,
Snaggle,
first of all.
No, Prior,
okay, I'll let you talk.
I definitely, just to be clear, I think 100, I'm pretty sure 100% there's like one screenshot that we have that's probably in the evidence folder, which definitely says that, he acknowledged his age. I have to look through it because I don't, there's a bunch of stuff we have to look through, and we did document it, just so you're aware.
Okay, so
yeah, so
you had to look through, hold on.
Okay,
if you had to
okay,
look through the evidence, why didn't you delete?
And I bet you they only have one folder. And I bet you they don't have little folders within the one folder that breaks down, okay, this proves age, they knew the age, this proves this proves this. I guarantee you they don't have that. I bet you they have one folder with thousands of screenshots in them because they're idiots. I guarantee it.
Delay the videos. Or at least delay the video talking about the minor.
We couldn't do it because, like I said, someone was putting pressure on us, and we can't talk
God.
about it because there's a police investigation, and it's unrelated to Kris Tyson.
Wait,
like, I don't know what you want me to say.
Hold on. If there's a police investigation, is the police watching you to reveal video about Kris Tyson? What?
No. Okay, yeah, I know. Listen, I know you're acting really smug, but yeah,
I'm not
you're
acting
really just
smug.
coming across with the jackass.
I'm acting childish and immature because you guys are sounding like fucking retards. I'm sorry.
You're sounding like retards. I'm literally telling you right now. Like, I can't say who it is. I can't say.
We were in a position where we had to release the videos earlier than we wanted to. If we had more time, we would have definitely put in more effort and
But how does it relate to Kris Tyson?
Because he was also involved. I can't talk about it, but he was also involved. I don't know how to get this any more clear across. I can't talk about it right now. In the future, I can. Yes, people sign contracts. There's investigations. I can't talk about that.
But that still doesn't explain why you had to.
Oh my God!
It doesn't even matter. If we're gonna release the stuff in like 2 weeks, why does it matter? What's your like?
Because then you would have time to fact check. You would have time to clear up any loose holes, and you can release the finished product that was better than before.
We were on a time crunch. We were being rushed to do this. I don't know like how many more times I have to say this.
Look, we don't want to get into it, but we genuinely were in a position where we could.
Sure. Here's the problem that we've got with this, okay? And I think that from what I can understand, then there's pressure. You cannot speak about it because of some legal situation, and
bro. I really don't understand why that. There it is. There it is. I don't know. I do not. These guys, I just don't understand. Yeah, who was putting that deadline on them? Great question. Who was putting that deadline on them? Exactly, Anstan. Exactly.
You are going to reveal in the future in some further video, further insight into this, and then we'll have the answers then. Is that what you're claiming?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, and Smaggle, I mean, you know, obviously, do you have any further comment to that beyond just saying, well, why can't you tell us? I mean, what else have you got to add to that?
I don't know. I'm just mad. I'm just absolutely mad.
Are you mad I got this out?
No, I'm mad
At
that
least someone did it. At
no,
least
no,
someone
shut
did
the
it.
fuck up. Shut up.
Okay,
All
I'm
right,
not mad that you got this out. I am mad. I am mad of how you
I
handled
can leave
it.
if you want me to.
No, listen. Right, Smaggle's getting muted. Smaggle, okay, we need to bring a bit calm to this. Now,
Thank
Queenman
you.
is an associate of mine. He's another English guy. He's also Jewish, so he's very calm at these situations. But I believe he just wanted to ask you something. He's got a channel too, so, you know, is it okay if he just asks you something? Or, okay? Yeah. Right, Queenman, please, go
Yeah,
on.
sure. So I heard the Smaggle, the comment Smaggle read off a minute ago.
Yes.
Did you lie to the victim to get the interview?
Lied to the victim, specifically about the reason why we were doing the interview.
Yeah, you said you were looking for an editor.
Yes, we had told them that we were looking for an editor, and we did an interview. But I don't see why everyone is fixating on that, because it was we were investigating. Why am I getting shit for finding this out and pointing this out? I literally see a guy inappropriately message a minor, meet up with him in person, and I investigated, and I'm getting shit for it because I didn't.
I think they were trying to compete with a specific person. Probably Midna. Probably.
Give this guy a heads up. We still respect him. Which, by the way, when he found out, Kris Tyson, the guy he's still in contact with, deleted all of his Twitters. So what did you want me to do? Give him a heads up so he could delete his Twitters earlier? Like, really?
You don't get to lie to alleged victims of predators in order to make them testify on a video for you.
Thank you.
That's insanely fucked up.
Insanely fucked up. What I did was an investigation, like James O'Keefe or Project Veritas.
No,
you can say it's fucked up all you want. All I did was get out.
You're a retard. You're retarded. That's all there is. You're just. It's amazing, the level. Oh my god. Actually, if I slow it down, he sounds like Michael Alberto. He sounds exactly like Michael Alberto. I have it at 1.5 speed, so yeah, he kind of sounds like Mizkif now, but when I slow it down to like normal, he sounds exactly like Michael Alberto.
The fact that Kris Tyson inappropriately messaged a minor. That's what happened.
Project Veritas, the one that's been debunked, the one that's fucking
been debunked. Bullshit. The FBI literally rated them to take their diary away from them.
Sorry. What happened to all those videos of the votes being carried into?
No, you're full of it, man. You're full of it, man. I've literally had friends that have met him in person. I've met.
Yeah, James scum. Sorry, 1 minute.
Oh, he's scum. Yeah, you know what? I don't want to talk to you, man.
You lied to
yeah.
victims.
You know what? I bet you think I'm scum too. Yeah, screw you. How about that?
Okay, let's just try and bring some
You
calm.
lied to victims.
No, I'm muting this guy.
Not just that, but you're taking 2 weeks to release the evidence of an allegation.
So I'm getting shit for pointing this out, is what I'm saying. Because I investigated. I was supposed to give him a heads up so he could tell Kris Tyson and have him delete everything. That's what I'm being told.
To have this interview released.
I get why they're upset about it, but do they not see there's such a thing as a necessary evil? I don't view that as a good thing. It is a bad thing.
Idiots. Absolute idiots. Oh my god, he actually said he was doing it like Project Veritas. I was just being petty when I made the comparison, but he is proud of it? Yes. Yes. He is more than -1 of credit. He's like in triple digits now.
It's a necessary evil.
You do not get to violate the agency of a fucking alleged victim to get clout, retard.
Right, I'm gonna let Verdius talk because I really don't want to ramble like last time and hog all the time.
Okay, so let's.
I mean, I didn't even make a video about the victim, right? That was just for other reasons. I didn't want to, because here's the thing, right? I don't want to talk about stuff that I'm not 1,100,000,000% sure of, right? And I'm 1,000,000,000% sure of the fucking tweets that he made, right? Those are inexcusable because those were still on his page. You could still
yeah, they were inexcusable.
You could still scroll on Kris Tyson's, Twitter and you could see them, right? The victim, there's just so many things that you would have to take into consideration that, like me personally, I'm not even going to comment on.
Okay, let me say it right. No one is going to, and no one should take anything you fucking idiots release seriously, especially if it's edited.
I mean, is there any other?
Queenman W. Queenman W. Queenman is not wrong because I've already said it. I don't care what videos they put out. I will not give them any airtime, nor will I take a damn thing they say serious. Queenman's 1,000% correct. I've already said it myself.
Going to, and no one should, take anything you fucking idiots really seriously, especially if it's edited.
I mean, is there any other questions, or are we just dragging this out? Because it seems like to me you're just bringing people in to address grievances at this point.
Hey, you've lied to the victims.
I addressed the idea of their grievances. I think I made myself very clear, so it'd be unnecessary to just bring in any more people to just try to like hammer me for getting this out there.
Hey, dipshit.
Because here's the thing, I reached out to a bunch of people. Why didn't they help me with it? They could have. They didn't.
I think, okay, just
other people didn't do something, so I'm doing nothing wrong. What the fuck are you talking about? What sort of logic is that, you moron?
Okay.
His parents knocking on the door as well. Jesus Christ. Look,
Listen, I mean, if you guys genuinely, listen.
Hey, shut the fuck up. I think you're editing it too. You're editing down the interview. No one should watch. No one should pay any attention to that. You should release the full fucking content.
Who said we're gonna
You just said. Then why is it taking 2 weeks to come out?
Well, yeah, but we're gonna put the unfiltered version of the interview. Like, we're just gonna put the whole thing,
so-
and then maybe make a video where we point out the things he says.
You should just be dropping the evidence.
So he said that like I was putting.
Lauren, also, can I say it's funny that something crazy happens when Tommy C goes on? It always happens when Tommy goes on vacation. When Tommy goes on vacation, you know a major drama is going to drop. Every time.
The clips out of context. I mean, we didn't even put any of the interview clips in there, so I don't even get what you're saying about that.
Because they are anticipating you're quote sniping them, because you've lied to them for an interview. Anyone would.
But, you know, I think it's really interesting, though, that, you know, people are trying to say that I victimized someone, even though I'm literally getting out the fact that that Kris was messaging him inappropriately. I think that is a really interesting take on it, and it seems like it's almost like coming in defense of Kris Tyson, is the way that I see it.
It could have been inappropriate. If this person doesn't want that shared, that's not your place to share it.
Queenman's saying that, you know, the point that's being made here is you're essentially making a victim out of someone who doesn't feel like a victim, and you're speaking ahead of them because you have got a narrative that you want to expose about this person.
Yeah.
So you're not putting victims first in this. That's
exactly. Exactly. That's exactly the problem. You don't make a victim out of somebody who, as an adult, they're saying they're not a victim. Lava is now an adult. Lava is 20 years old. I believe that Lava is 20. I know they're an adult. Lava is saying they are not a victim. You cannot say Lava is a victim if Lava does not recognize himself as being a victim. If years down the road, Lava decides, you know what, after thinking about it and contemplating it, yeah, I was, then that's Lava's story to come out and say. That is not yours to call them a victim. You could, however, talk about how Kris Tyson did talk inappropriately with Lava. Yeah, that's true. It was inappropriate. But you can't call Lava a victim if Lava is screaming into the rooftops that they are not a victim. You can't do that. Yeah, it's exploitation. Yeah, it is. Just so you can push a narrative. Kris Tyson, she is so fucked up. She's fucked up. She's done some fucked up shit. But you muddy the waters when you come out with some bullshit like you did. And now we have to fucking clean it up.
What I'm doing is I'm pointing out what I found online. That's what I did. I mean, that's the thing. Is that if you guys don't have a problem with him messaging a minor inappropriately, I don't know like what more I could do to convince you that hey, that's probably not a good thing.
Well, I feel like
who's saying it's fine to message a minor inappropriately?
Because none of us are saying that. We're pointing out the criticism of your process.
Okay.
We're not.
Burning goes, to be fair, that Thorpe girl is a victim, but she does not think she is, but we all see that she is. That's the thing about Grace Thorpe. I don't call Grace Thorpe a victim. I will not call Grace Thorpe a victim until the day that she calls herself one. Okay? Do I look at her situation with a very, very strong side eye? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And do I think some bad things are happening? Absolutely. But I'm not calling her a victim until she calls herself one. you know? And thank you for the $5, Bernie. I appreciate it.
You're saying it's fine to message
How am I being
inappropriate.
dishonest?
Because none of us are saying that. We're pointing out the criticism of your process.
Okay.
We're not
Okay, sorry,
disagreeing
my
with the
bad, my bad.
we're not disagreeing with the fundamental aspect of this is wrong. It's that
Okay, I'm sorry,
there's
my bad.
issues here. I appreciate Queen and Smaggler being quite aggressive, so obviously, right? I'm trying to be a bit more moderate to try and get the point across.
Yeah,
right?
I appreciate
Exactly,
I'm
far
serious.
from reality.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry
Exactly.
if I'm saying you were defending him. What I'm saying is that I know they're criticizing the process, but keep in mind, I'm not a perfect man, and I wish this was the perfect scenario, but it's not the perfect scenario. And frankly, we knew the circumstances. He's still in contact with Kris, and the moment he found out, Kris deleted his Twitter accounts. So that being said, were we supposed to tell him ahead of time that, hey, we're going to just release all this information about Kris Tyson? No, I think that'd be a very dumb idea. It'd be a very poor decision to make.
Okay, so yeah, I think this is what it's fundamentally going to come down to. Is there's probably going to be some agreement with like the things you're presenting, but there's going to be people that have got problems with the process, and obviously it's being expressed aggressively here.
It's not a perfect process. If I could have done it better, I would have.
Then that means you should not make YouTube videos. That means you should not be doing this. I said it on Twitter before. And, I used to be against this type of talk. But the longer I've been doing this, the longer that... And the sad thing is people have said it about me too. Okay? And I get it. I have an annoying voice. I'm a little loud. So people have said it about me too. All right? And that's why I didn't say it for the longest time. But you know what? Some people just shouldn't have a camera and a microphone. Some people shouldn't have a channel, a camera, or a microphone. And this guy is one of them. This guy is one of them. He should not have a microphone. He should not have a camera. He should not have a channel. And I say that with all confidence. I do not care. I really don't.
Like, what would you have done differently, though?
He could have. What? He could have. What?
I couldn't have just told him ahead of time that I'm going to release all this information because obviously
They would have definitely, the interactions with the victim, we would have definitely done better. Okay?
Yeah.
I would have at least definitely done it better.
But we couldn't do that because he went and
Right,
told
but
them.
that's irrelevant. No, that's irrelevant. We could have done it better. That's it. I'm just going to leave it at there.
Could have done it better. I'm saying we couldn't have, the situation that we're placed in, we had to try to figure out what happened without having him go tell this guy because I knew he was still in contact with this guy, or at least still looked up to him from what I saw.
It sounds like what you're trying to say is you didn't have the knowledge or insight to do it better at the time, and that's why it went wrong. Is that correct?
Knowledge or insight to do it better. The thing is, okay, so we tried to reach out to this guy 3 times. When we saw that he was an editor and we tried to reach him that way through editing process, we got a hold of him. And we're trying to investigate this whole thing where he messaged a minor appropriately, met up with him. And you're telling me that I was wrong for doing that when that actually worked? Because we tried to get a hold of him normally and that didn't work. 3 times.
And you should have
This guy's a
left
total
it at
retard.
that.
Yes, and you should have left it at that. Smaggle was 100% correct. You should have left it at that. You could have ran with the story that Kris was inappropriately talking to minors. And you know what? That probably would have been banger. But you muddied the waters by what you did. And again, now people have to play cleanup. Turkey Tom went on Destiny's channel and played cleanup with it. Everybody has to play cleanup with this because you just muddied the waters. You made everybody's job harder because of what you did. You're incompetent.
So I should have just not tried to find out any information about him trying to meet up with this guy that brought a camper van over there, is what you're saying?
Right, Queeman, in the calmest way you can muster, okay?
It's ridiculous, man.
Right? Can you just explain what the problem is with lying to the victim? Like you say it's bad. What exactly is bad about it from your perspective?
Yeah, not only does it completely violate any agency they've got in the situation, but it also taints any evidence you release.
Yes.
I saw this fucking headline going around Twitter that Kris Tyson was messaging kids last
wait,
night.
okay, hold on. Who'd you ask? Did you ask who?
Queeman, yes.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry, I have him muted.
Okay, please just unmute him. I've asked him to be calm, okay?
Okay.
We're enhancing our calm here. Sorry, Queeman, please go again.
Okay, so yeah, Sped. Not only does it completely violate...
He called him Sped. Jeez, I'm sorry. I'm not mad at him taking shots. I'm not mad at him taking shots. I refuse to be mad at Queeman for taking shots. The guy deserves it. Any shots taken towards this dude, I am 1,000% behind.
We're enhancing our calm here. Sorry, Queenman, please go again.
Okay, so yeah, Sped, not only have you completely violated the victim's agency in this by lying to them to get the interview and planning to release information, but also you've totally tainted any piece of evidence you do release. And now we're being told it's taking 2 weeks after you've made the claim for us to actually get the rest of the evidence. So this claim there could be stuff that totally contradicts it, but you've made the claim, it's now spreading.
Okay, so I've...
2 weeks to get it.
Okay, Meaden, to catch you up, this is what happened. Are you being serious or are you trolling, Meaden? Because you know you troll. So, do I really... if I have to, I'll stop and explain it to you. Are you being serious? Okay, not trolling. Okay, Meaden, this is what happened. The person Lava on Twitter, that's the alleged victim of Kris Tyson. That is what this guy here and this guy here is pushing, that he is a victim of Kris Tyson. All right? Lava is on Twitter saying that they did not get groomed by Kris Tyson. They are not a victim. Now, to get the interview that they got from Lava, they, under false pretenses, got the interview with Lava. Lava thought that they were talking to these two guys to interview, to edit for them. And through conversation, they talked about Kris Tyson. And now these guys want to put out the interview saying that Lava was groomed by Kris Tyson. So they had the interview under false pretenses. They set him up. And this guy here, Mr. I Want to Be Project Veritas, says, what else could I do? I couldn't get the interview any other way, basically. So that's how they did it, Meaden. And Queeman is now explaining why it was wrong to get that interview under false pretenses, which he is spot on.
The self-defense reference it? What?
So I've tainted the evidence. So now that...
Yeah.
Exactly. That's not an interview then, but was there any info and note brought forth? I think he talks about when he met Kris Tyson. But the thing is, when he met Kris Tyson when he was a minor, Lava is on Twitter saying his family was on a camping trip and it was the whole family that went and met the Mr. Beast crew. It wasn't a one-on-one meeting. You know? So what I'm saying is, personally, I'm in the business of, if them as an adult, if they are saying they are not a victim, I am not calling them a victim. However, these two guys, here and here, are calling him a victim. No, they're claiming that Kris Tyson groomed Lava, not the whole family.
Everyone sees that Kris Tyson inappropriately messaged a minor. All of a sudden, no one really cares about that because
you have created room.
Yes,
room.
Seriously, so no one cares about it now.
You have created room for them to make excuses for either if his victim is going to try and lie to cover it up, or if Kris Tyson is going to come out with something, because you've shown dishonesty at the start.
Yep.
You've tainted the rest and created room for plausible deniability. Yes.
Yep.
Clearly see that he messaged him inappropriately.
Okay, just an example.
Oh, that is ridiculous.
Okay, I touched on this earlier. I touched on this earlier. The problem, for example, with not having in the video demonstration of their knowledge of the age means that if I was a nonce and I was looking at the video, I was Kris Tyson, I was trans, the first thought process there would be, oh, well, I can just say that I didn't know their age, and that could be something they say, and that narrative can.
That's what they all say. They all say that. Dr. Disrespect said that.
Okay.
Yes, he did.
Dr. Disrespect did not say that. Are you stupid? Dr. Disrespect didn't say that. Dr. Disrespect didn't say the age of the minor. That was that bullshit email that said the age was 17 and that Dr. Disrespect knew it. No. Dr. Disrespect didn't say they didn't know the age. He didn't know the age. He did not say that, you fucking idiot. Oh my. You know what? Fuck the microphone, the camera, and the YouTube. His internet needs to be cut off. He doesn't need to be on the internet at all. He doesn't even need to have a cell phone. This kid needs to be cut off. Completely. Completely. No internet whatsoever. Yes. Grounded. I'm taking all devices.
He did that.
He didn't say no. He didn't say he didn't know the age. He didn't say he didn't know the age. That's not true. He admitted to messaging mine inappropriately. He denied he'd done it at all, or denied to talk about it at all. But anyway, let's not get bogged down on that. The basic point I'm trying to get across, though, is, you know, this is why I mentioned the pyrocynical stuff, is people are able to latch onto a narrative early if you don't have a nailed-on case, and that can create gaps and holes that people can take advantage of to slither past the story. And I think that is what Creeman is, in a somewhat aggressive manner, trying to get across to you, is you've left gaps for people to be able to make excuses they can, you know, move away from this.
Okay, so if I didn't reach out to this guy, what would that have changed?
What
do you mean?
If you didn't reach out to the guy, to the minor, then you would still have the messages that you could, I don't know, say that it's weird, but you wouldn't be able to confidently prove, as you said, that he was messaging a minor, because at the time we don't know. At the time we don't know.
What do you mean we don't know? It's on Twitter.
We don't know if Chris knew.
It's on Discord. Okay, but what would have changed if I didn't reach out to him? Because you guys are saying I reached out to him in a bad manner, which tainted the evidence. So what would have changed if I didn't do that?
About this.
You know what would have changed? Your bullshit story about being groomed. That's what would have changed. You would have been able to show that Chris was talking inappropriately to minors. And believe me, in 2024, that is enough for people. Okay? That right there is enough for people. But you want to push that narrative so hard about grooming, you completely fucked up your whole story. You idiot.
This claim that they knew the age as well. You're saying that he must have known the age because they were paying this guy. How were they paying him?
He literally has it up on his LinkedIn, and he says he worked for him.
Yeah, how were they paying him?
With money.
Yeah,
I'm not sure the exact payment service, but what?
And
okay, here, hold on. I was asking you a question. I said, what would have changed if I didn't reach out to him? What would have changed?
You wouldn't have created a massive, glaring amount of dishonesty in the story. Like, literally, if anyone else had done this, they would have not done. They would have not gone.
Okay, so how does that change? Kris Tyson messaging a minor inappropriately.
Because it gives them room for something. That gives them room to latch onto it and create a narrative.
Okay, so they can latch on to. They can latch on to. So they can latch on to me reaching out to this guy in a bad way and say that.
Say this guy's a dishonest actor. He's just doing this for clout.
Really?
Both true, by the way.
Yep, that is true, Neon. If this was a legal case, they did an interview like this, they would hand the defense a W. True.
And that you've taken stuff out of context and that you don't know the intention behind any of the messages.
Okay, so that is tainted now because of the fact that I reached out to him in a bad way.
By you, yes.
So him joking about sending news to this guy is just completely inadmissible in the court of public opinion because I reached out to him in that way.
There's no inadmissible or admissible in the court of public opinion. This is the problem. Is the narrative around the evidence is going to matter just as much as the evidence. If you want something to happen...
I am so mad at this kid, I won't even put his name in the title. I refuse to put his name in the title. I refuse to show that bullshit video. I refuse. After this, I am completely done with this idiot.
So you're saying because of dishonesty or, whatever you're saying that all of a sudden it just invalidates everything else. How?
No, can you?
How does it invalidate?
Listen to a statement.
I did.
Listen to a statement, incorporating the information, and then replying to the statement.
I did. I exactly replied to you. I said how. Explain how. How does it invalidate?
Okay. Right.
I just did. You create room because you've shown dishonesty, so they can portray the information.
How are they going to slither around that? That he messaged a minor.
You're a dishonest, clout-chasing fucking idiot who has misportrayed messages and doesn't know the intentions.
So you're saying because they're painting me in a bad light, it was okay that he messaged a minor, is what?
Because you painted yourself in a bad light. No one will believe you. You fucking idiot.
I have screen recordings.
Yes. Queenman W. Yes. Yes.
Archived web pages. Queenman Farms archived web pages.
And
what are you saying? And
I'm saying.
What are you saying?
Okay, let's
Listen,
let's
you
the
literally
narrative
make
matters
zero
just
sense
as much
what you're
as the
saying.
evidence in the court of public opinion.
Okay,
What
so
you
why
know-
does the evidence change based on who's saying it? I thought evidence is evidence.
Have you,
Why
how
does
long
it
have you
change
been on
based
the
on who's
internet
saying it?
for? How long have you been on the internet for?
No, what it sounds like to me is you want
Okay.
someone to trust someone instead of actually looking at the evidence and coming to their own conclusion.
I will make a prescriptive claim about it. You're so mentally disabled. It's
Okay, let's
insane.
just
Yeah, okay.
I'm
Let's
not
go on the
no,
insult.
I'm
Let's-
just
right.
He's not getting unmuted.
I'm
This
saying-
is complete
Freeman,
disrespect. I'm
let's-
not standing up for it.
right. Let's just.
I'm not standing up for it.
I'm not standing up for this. Complete
Okay.
disrespect. I just want to call people
Absolutely
a
not.
pedophile.
I am not
Okay,
standing up
let's
for
just-
this. It's very
I
clear
just
that
wanna
this
run
guy
around
has some
making
very
claims,
foul
making
opinions about me,
It's quite
some very
ridiculous.
weird opinions, I might add. It doesn't matter what I do on my end. The evidence is still the same no matter what I do. He still messaged a minor inappropriately. It doesn't matter what I do. I could go rob a bank. That doesn't make any form of evidence any more or less valid. All right, because that was on Twitter. That had nothing to do with me. So what is he talking about? Oh, you reached out to this guy. All of a sudden, we can't talk about the fact he messaged him publicly on Twitter inappropriately. Like, what is he on about? That is insane.
Guys, sorry,
This
sorry.
has
I'm
problems.
going to leave it 1 second, John. I just want to put this out there. These guys have no idea that Kris Tyson knew this guy's age. They don't know what payment method to use. It could have been just through a PayPal email. If he's an editor online, probably just through a PayPal email. And that's not going to show the age. They might have never asked the age, and this guy just used a screen name. We've got no idea. We've got literally no idea. They've proven nothing. It's just retarded bullshit. And they've completely.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Fucked up the story.
Yeah, I'm not
saying
unmuting it this time because it's very clear that these people are just trying to disrespect me and hammer me. They have some grievance against me.
You deserve it. You absolutely deserve every piece of heat you are getting. You deserve it.
When I think that, if I've done something bad, then that's on me. But what does that have to do with the evidence of Kris Tyson? Absolutely nothing.
Sure.
Okay.
Sorry.
Chud.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to end this conversation now, but there's another person.
I'm fine with ending the conversation. It's been a very unpleasant conversation.
Hold on, Prism. There's one more person that's in chat that I would like.
Who?
Oh,
for you to
can I
talk
bring
to
someone
about.
in? Because there's
Sure.
one of my editors that are
Please, by all means. Yeah. Listen, I'm looking to.
Okay, all right, hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. They're trying to contact me right now.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
Can we just go switch over to Verdius for a sec?
Yeah,
Okay?
I'll be right back. I'll be
Okay.
right back.
Yeah, Verdius. Obviously, there's been a lot of very tense conversation and whatnot here. I think people want to hear this get hashed out a bit because there are some concerns about.
Yeah, poor thing. It was such a bad conversation for him. Aw, poor thing.
This. I mean, what's your perspective on the kind of tone of the conversation and how it's going? Got any thoughts?
I mean, look, listen. I'm gonna be very transparent, right? I tried to keep as much of a neutral take throughout this whole thing as much as I could, right? In my video, all I talked about was the Xylie stuff. That's literally all I talked about because I knew that that's indefensible. Raya, he has helped me.
You have attached yourself to an idiot. You have attached yourself to an absolute idiot. Bruh.
Try to. I mean, he has discussed the victim. I didn't discuss the victim at all. This supposed victim. But I mean, this conversation. I don't know, man. Everybody made some good points. I would have to, look back through it.
What are you trying to get out of all of this yourself? What are you trying to do?
I don't care. I'm just trying to get some lolly stuff out there that this guy liked and posted. I think that's weird.
Okay, so you're well, not interested, but your concern is more with the Shadman connections and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
okay.
it's
I actually do have a question with you about that. In your video, because I haven't watched it, did you point out the connection this person named Xylie had to Shadman, and no?
No, I don't know who that is.
Kris Tyson replied under one of their tweets. Xylie is one of Shadman's associates. They were
Yeah,
part
Rack
of the
wanted
website. They were posting
Wait,
about.
One sec.
They were posting. They posted lolicon comics about fictional characters. They were a major part of the Shadman website. So
Okay, so what you're saying is there was a user, right, that posted Shadman comics, and Kris Tyson had some association with that? Is that what you're saying?
well,
Sorry.
they replied
I
under
didn't
one of their
understand
tweets. Yes. They didn't post lolicon comics. They posted it on Shadman's website, and
Listen, everybody needs a Smaggle. Smaggle is so terminally online, he knows everything that's going on. Everyone needs a Smaggle. Smaggle has been getting W's behind the scenes like crazy lately. Literally.
believe that not any user can just randomly post on his website. Like it was a part of his content. That's what I'm.
I'm not exact. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not exactly sure what you're referring to. Right? I would have to look into it.
It was
a lot of the people.
It was the tweet where it was like Caillou gets a timeout. That was the image.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, I know
that
what you're talking
person.
about.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, in my video, right, that I made, I just compiled a bunch of tweets, either in relation to Shadman or in relation to Kris Tyson, all pointing to Kris Tyson having some association with I guess, weird lolly tweets. Right? That's just what I showed in my video. This happened to be one of the tweets. I'm not too sure about the person that posted it. I know like a lot of the things, right? A lot of the Twitter people that like posted the stuff that Kris Tyson interacted with were quite weird. Like if you go on their profiles, they have like really NSFW artwork. It's just smothered all over their Twitter page, right?
Yeah.
This just happened to be one of the people. I don't know too much about them. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't look too deeply into all of them, but I know.
You have completely attached yourself to an idiot. You actually sound like you're halfway smart. Get away from the idiot. Because if you are around that idiot too long, you are going to be known for what that idiot does.
Know that they were one of the people in there.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because I felt like in the videos that most people just glossed over.
Oh, Smokey. Absolutely. Okay, Smokey. Smokey, comparing Smaggle to Essence of Thought, I disavow. I absolutely disavow. Janelle for 5. The guy with no name is running for the Golden Facepalm of the Year award. True.
Over that person, but I think they're actually kind of important to the story because they were also posting on Chatman's website. So
Yeah. I mean, if you watch my video, well, like again, I wish like some other YouTuber posted this, but like under my video, there's a lot more tweets that I talked about that Kris Tyson made. That's why like I get a little bit triggered when I see.
And you know what's funny, Smokey, that you say that about his voice? People say the same thing about my voice. People complain about my voice and how I'm unwatchable because of my voice. Let's not slander somebody because of their voice. I have people who go live today and complain about how I talk. One of them was in this video. So let's not slam somebody by how they talk. Let's not do that. That's not cool. He can't help it.
Somebody else make a video about it and not include everything, and just like pick and choose what they want.
Swap tube.
Okay, cool. So I'll let Rack talk, but Chud, after they talk, could you drag in Gamma from the green room? That's the small commentary YouTuber that I want to ask some questions.
That's fine.
Okay, cool.
Right. So what have we got to say here then? What's going on now?
Okay. I'm a dude who I was kind of brought in last minute to work on like editing and shit because this video has been kind of in the works for like a long time. I'm not a big friend of Priya, but I know the dude, we've spoken before, and kind of like was waiting for the right time to get all this shit out, and now it's out. So, and it was like the last maybe few days before the deadline, and me and a few other people, I can name some names here, Walrus05, I think GJ58, although that guy's kind of hopped off the face of the planet. We came in to kind of just tidy some shit up. Personally, I don't think we didn't have enough time. We had a lot of shit planned, so the video didn't come out necessarily the way we wanted it to. But everybody knows the guy's a freak now, so it doesn't really matter. And yeah, that's about it for introductions. Is there anything
I hate his mic.
you'd want me to get my perspective on, or shit like that? The production of the video?
Sure. I mean, the main thing is, I think, Prism, you wanted to bring this fellow. What was the what did you want to bring to the the table with this?
Oh, well, he specifically told me that if there's any streams where people try to get me on to like bring on either him or Walrus, because they can communicate very effectively, and that's something I need to work on. And Rack, one thing I wanted to say is they already know that I already mentioned that I was being rushed. Like we all were being rushed. So it wasn't like a deadline thing. It was more like I was told, hey, you got to get this out. And then I was just working my ass off to try to like record these videos, put all together all the evidence and get it out because we didn't have a choice.
Yeah, no, it was a hellish process. Do you tell them about the Mike Klum thing? Is that a thing that they're keyed in on?
Yeah, no, but yeah, Mike Klum, he wanted to get me on the documentary. And
for reference, Mike Klum is the guy who made the Boogie documentary.
Mike Klum, he wanted to get me on the documentary. And
for reference, Mike Klum is the guy who made the Boogie documentary.
Yep.
Yeah, but there's two people.
He was making one on EDP, right?
Yeah, and then the thing about that is
Mike Klum wanted to get him on the documentary. Wait, why would Mike Klum want to get him on the documentary? Why would Mike Klum want to get this little asshole on a documentary? Wait a minute. He did try hard not to mention Mike Klum. Oh, this kid is so dumb. Oh, this kid is so dumb. Oh my God.
That's why he was involved.
You watched
why-
you watched the Journey video that Priya made, right? Where he talks about the EDP shit.
I haven't actually seen every single video. No, I just watched this.
Yeah.
This
No,
extra
it's
set.
Watch
okay.
the Journey video, please. You'll
It's-
literally
it's
reach
fine.
out to
But the thing is that he contacted a lot of people.
Yeah,
And I
Mike's
think
doing a
because-
doc on,
if you've seen Kiwi
EDP.
Farm, so people kind of accused him of being, I don't know if you know the terminology, but like a ween, you know? Because he was leeching off of, not really leeching off, but they assumed he was kind of leeching off like a lot of people probably consider to be lol cows. And I didn't agree with it. If I were there at the time, I'd probably have told him not to, but he reached out to EDP, and EDP kind of blasted this information because, you know, fucking EDP didn't do it very good, you know? And that was like the initial, it wasn't even him, the initial like kind of personality to put this information out was actually EDP 445. So I'm glad this shit's out now because it could have been completely tarnished by that.
Hold on a sec. So when EDP said about Kris Tyson liking Chadman
Oh,
stuff in
yeah,
that video,
yeah,
that was
dude,
to
it goes
you.
deep.
Yes,
It goes deep, man. It goes deep.
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Bro. I think this kid is absolutely a Mike Klum wannabe. I agree with you, Sid.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I'm kind
When I
of
said I reached out to
yeah.
EDP, I told you I was trying to get out this information.
No, he reached out to Chris Hansen. It was a ton of people.
Yes,
It was a ton of
I reached
people.
out
He
to
has like
Chris
a
Hansen.
he has a laundry list. But anyway,
people-
so he had the suspicion that Mike Klum would include a section about that in the documentary. So he just kind of wanted to get the thing out as soon as possible.
There we go. There you go. That's the deadline. The deadline has finally been exposed. Did y'all hear it? Did you hear it?
It's like
Chris
a,
Hansen.
he has a laundry list. But anyway,
people-
so he had the suspicion that Mike Klum would include a section about that in the documentary. So he just kind of wanted to get the thing out as soon as possible. What?
A
I-
well-founded suspicion.
I'm
Well-founded,
not-
very well-founded.
Well-founded, yeah. I'm not too, like, I don't remember very well. Do you know what led you to believe that it was going to be out at the time that you thought it would be out at?
I can't
Or is it
talk
just
about
kinda
that because there's
Okay, got it.
contracts
got
and police investigations. Literally those two. I can't talk about that.
it. Okay, got it.
The contract? Oh my god. I do not understand how little Weasley little shits get involved with bigger projects. I don't understand how this fucking happens. How does this happen?
What?
A
do-
well-founded suspicion. Well-founded,
I'm not-
very well-founded.
Well-founded, yeah. I'm not too, like, I don't remember very well. Do you know what led you to believe that it was going to be out at the time that you thought it would be out at?
I can't
Or is it
talk
just
about
kinda
that
like-
because there's
Okay, got it.
contracts
got
and
it.
police investigations. Literally those.
Because I got the contracts and the police investigations. Which I already suspected there was police investigations into EDP already. I already suspected that. Only because how YouTube cuts it out, like they don't, you can't really talk about EDP without YouTube going, eh. They don't like sting operations, which sting operations are stupid by YouTubers anyway. But they'll cut it off. My thing was, I thought they were doing that because I think there was an active police investigation into EDP. So
Two. I can't talk about that.
Okay, got it. Yeah,
Okay,
but
wait,
he thought it was going to be out pretty soon, so.
Smaggle,
And then I
please, go
hopped
on.
on last minute.
Yeah, I just want to ask one more question about the investigations. Not about it. I just want to know, like, were they threatening you legally? Were they threatening you?
I wasn't threatened legally, but other people were threatened legally. And the whole situation is terrible. And like I said, I can't talk about it because I'll get innocent people in trouble if I talk about it.
oh my god. Oh my god.
Me and Verdius haven't said a word because all it's going to do is harm other people. And that's what we've been trying to avoid this whole time. That's why Verdius didn't mention anything about Lava GS in his video because he didn't want to hurt him. But I understand, like, I had to be the bad guy and say all this stuff that I knew, you know, was going to be directed at me. I put messages specifically for Lava because I know this would hurt his feelings. I literally reached out to Gideon because there was this.
So the Kris connection is Mike Klum. I guarantee you this is what it is. Mike Klum has been shooting the EDP documentary, right? Remember months back, you saw a picture Boogie and EDP sitting at a table eating. That was part of the Mike Klum documentary on EDP. I bet you when this kid got a hold of EDP and told EDP about Kris Tyson, Mike Klum was shooting the documentary. EDP mentioning it involved this kid. And that's probably what happened, which in turn turned into a contract. And probably an NDA, most likely. That's probably the contract. The contract's probably an NDA. And that's how that happened. I am the meme with all the math symbols floating around right now. And you know, Ann, my ADHD brain, I literally see all that with red string everywhere. I'm literally the meme pointing to a board with red string and paper all over it with a cigarette in my hand.
Girl that EDP, was being inappropriate towards, she was so upset when she heard about this. And I went on to Gideon and I expressed all this on his live stream. And that's why I reached out to Gideon. I'm not some heartless bastard that's just going around just like trying to do whatever I'm doing.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You absolutely are. Absolutely. I'm sorry. You can't prove otherwise to me.
Because people need to know he works around kids.
Okay. And sorry, Gamma, we've not met before, but Smaggle said that you had something to say.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that what is a fundamental issue right now is the fact that these guys are unwilling to completely concede on the fact that they are completely irresponsible when presenting this information. I can agree that the information that we have at hand does have a lot of basis to actually present something grander. However, the way that these guys presented it was completely reckless, and it tears out any credibility that these guys had to actually make a strong case to anybody. Because as we see it right now, as we see it in commentary, people are going to clip the fuck out of this, and they're going to make fun of you to hell and back because of the way that you present this.
Yes, that's what we're doing today, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Gamma has perfectly described what I've been doing now for 2.5 hours. Yes. Gamma completely described what we've been doing for 2.5 hours.
Not only was it stupid to try to reach out to EDP because he was the first and only person that would be willing to hear you out, but matter of fact is if this guy actually managed to represent your information in any way, shape, or form, do you not think that people would find it incredibly suspicious that you are getting another person who could potentially have a bias, him being a potential PDF himself, to kind of skew this information? Like the way that you went about it, I can understand that people weren't actually trying to, give you attention in regards to your claims. I understand that that's an issue. It's an issue that any small creator will have to deal with, absolutely. But fact of the matter is that if you really wanted to make this information fast, if you really wanted to present this information fast because you were under pressure, that's not an excuse, by the way, and I'll get into that in a minute. If you really wanted to present this information fast, why didn't you do what every other moron does when presenting allegations and make a fucking Twitter thread with documents? Why?
There you go. Do you know how much a Twitter thread with all the inappropriate messages to minors would have blown up? You could even go so far as to make a brand new Twitter, make a sock account. Oh, that's an old term. But make a sock account and put all that information in a big ass Twitter thread, and that would have blown up. That would have blown up.
Why not just do that? Why make videos? Everybody knows the YouTube algorithm is going to completely snuff you for not having anything worth talking about, anything worth of relevance, especially if you yourself are not integrated into the algorithm. That's a problem in itself. Nothing you did was rational beyond a shadow of a doubt. It was all reckless.
True.
It was all stupid, and there's no way that it's defendable, and any excuse that you use to defend it is stupid. Absolutely.
Gamma W. Gamma W. Gamma just laid it out and just Thanos snapped his ass. Gamma W. Absolutely.
Well, I was going to say we did actually make a Google Drive. It's on, I believe Verdi is linked to it, so that's not true.
Okay, I was hoping you'd say that. Or something similar along those lines.
Yes, we made a Google Drive, and I think Verdi has linked it in his video.
Listen, and the reason why is because if you had gone to Twitter, and made a fucking thread, you would have gotten significantly more traction than you would have on fucking YouTube. Because shit like that spreads like fucking wildfire. And the fact of the matter is that you do have some pretty damning and sort of concerning and alarming bullshit. But putting that on a video is fucking stupid because of how YouTube functions. However, on Twitter, if people were to fucking click on it and see that you actually have definite evidence, people would have fucking spread that shit like wildfire. You would have been heard a lot more. That's just a fucking evidence.
Okay,
it just means that you are completely incapable of presenting information in a way that matters.
He's spitting facts. He is, oh my God, he is so spitting facts. Oh my God.
Mind if I read text real quick?
and Verdius had a plan, but we can't talk about that plan either because it was wrapped up with things that we can't talk about.
Okay,
And
if
that's
the plan was to
I
fail,
wish I
Slow
could
down,
talk
slow
about it.
Slow down.
ahead,
Again,
go
I
ahead.
just want to ask a question. So I just want to ask, did you have to rush out the video because of Mike Clum's EDP video?
Yes. Yes.
So now, not only did you say that you couldn't talk about the issues that you were involved in legally,
Yes.
but you already what you just did right there is imply something.
Why are you
related
acting
to that.
vindictive and like
I'm not
trying
acting
to act?
vindictive. I'm not
Yes,
acting
you are.
vindictive. This is not an act.
Baby, don't do YouTube. Don't do YouTube. Because guess what? Every single thing you put out, there's always going to be somebody who disagrees with you. There's always going to be somebody who has something nasty to say. It's just, that's how YouTube works. And you obviously can't handle the heat. And a lot of it's probably because you're young. And you're not a YouTuber. But you just need to stop. You need to get off of YouTube.
Genuinely think that you did something reckless and you should be held to that degree. You should be held to the standard that you did something reckless and you shouldn't excuse it. You can't say that you're not perfect. You can't say that you're not right.
Okay, so I should have just left it behind and never tried to talk about it.
No, because you had options.
Because
You had
nobody
options that
talked
would have
about
been
it.
fundamentally
What
better.
options? I reached out
You
to like
could
more
have
than
made.
50 people.
It doesn't
Who did I
matter if you
reach
reached out to people.
I don't want to
You
get into
could
a
have
shouting
made.
match on stream, bro. I don't want to get
Let's slow down, let's slow down.
Let's not.
I don't want to
let's
get into a
not
shouting match.
Yes, let's
All
not
I'm
get
saying
into a
is,
shouting match.
I literally reached out to more than 50 people.
That's
Like,
fine. Let's calm down.
keep in mind, I'm not a professional here.
Okay.
I don't do any. This is the first time
Absolutely.
I've ever done something like this. And you're
Correct.
saying I should have just not done this at all?
No, I'm saying that you had better options. Reaching out to
Yeah,
people
and
that fundamentally would not have heard you out.
I should be held. I should be held in regards as a bad guy because
Okay.
I just wanted to get out this information. I did the best I could. What more could I have done?
Look,
You know what? This person may be in their mid-20s. If you're talking about this one here, they may be in their mid-20s, but they're acting like a 15-year-old right now. They're acting like a kid. You know?
look. Let me.
I let everyone know. I let my
let me
family know.
present-
I let my friends know. I
let me
let my
present
Turning
something to
Point people know. I did the best I could. What more could I have done?
Let me present something to you. You said you were rushed to release this information.
Yes.
And that you had to get it out somehow.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna let you ignore every other valid avenue and resource you had. Every
Are you
other valid
saying-
option.
oh,
I'm
okay.
going to let you ignore that. I'm
Twitter.
going to let you know that because not only did you just say that you managed
Okay,
to
what
do it, and, like,
valid
not only-
avenues did I ignore? What
Twitter,
valid
Twitter,
avenues did I
Twitter,
ignore?
you cannot
Twitter.
prove to me that shit would not have fucking spread like wildfire on Twitter.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure that most people would have agreed with me on that. So unless you
Well,
can prove without a shadow
the
that
thing
that is
is-
not a
the thing
rational
is,
avenue,
I
you're just wrong.
I talked about this in the Jimmy on live stream. I wanted to make sure that it would spread because I know that Mr. Beast's team, they're very keen on anything that's small about Mr. Beast or anyone from the team. I've literally seen Jimmy respond to comments that are so small. And the thing is, I wanted to make sure that it spreads so he doesn't see it and delete it and then it goes nowhere. That was
Okay,
literally-
okay, look. You know how stupid that sounds? Not to insult
How
you.
stupid it sounds.
I'm not to
Hey,
insult
hey,
you. Do you know how many
hey, guess
people?
what? I
Do you know?
succeeded. The information's out. So you're saying I sound stupid. I did it.
Yes, you made
I
yourself
fucking
look
did
like a
it.
fool. Look at the chat.
I did it. I fucking did it, bro. Oh my god, he irritates me. Oh my god. It does sound like brain rot. It does. Oh my god.
This fucking server. Look at
Okay,
the
yeah,
chat.
sure. I made myself look like a fool. That wasn't part of the goal. The goal was to get out the information, and I succeeded. That's what I was trying to do.
I don't know
if you were paying
What more do you want me to do?
I don't know if you were paying attention, but my criticism was the fact that you recklessly distributed the information. The fact that the information is out there is fine, but you did it recklessly.
What more could I have done to reach out to Chris Hansen? I tried to reach out to news
Oh,
sources.
actually,
I tried to reach out to
I'm
Charlie
so glad
Kirk.
you
What
mentioned
could I
Chris
have
Hansen
done?
again. I'm so glad you
Yes.
mentioned Chris Hansen again. Okay, look, because I'm about to fucking say something that's about to blow everybody's mind. Okay, you
What?
said you were pressured. Let's say you were pressured, right? Okay,
Yes.
let me give you the hypothetical win and say that I agree that you needed to get out this information because you were pressured. Do you know who else pressured getting out information irrationally back then? Chris Hansen himself, when he got a man killed for getting information out faster than he expected without actually doing his due diligence and investigating properly.
Oh my god. Gamma's cooking. Oh, Gamma is cooking. Gamma literally just served a 4-course meal to this motherfucker. Literally just fed a 4-course meal to this motherfucker. Amazing.
Conrad, search him up. He got fucking he killed himself because of the pressure that Chris Hansen did because he rushed to this information. If you're gonna hold yourself up to imperfection, these fucking people that you claim are professionals are
I'm
also
not
imperfect and
perfect.
make these
I'm
terrible
not a
mistakes.
professional.
Which only further reinforces that you should have been more careful and done your due diligence. So you can't say that you reached out to these fucking incapable people yourself.
I'll ask the same question. So I know you're saying that because they can make me look like a bad guy, but what does making me look like a bad guy do with the fact that Kris Tyson messaged a minor?
Let's everybody in the chat rewind like 20 minutes ago to where I said that the information that you have could be very, very well damning, but the fact that you presented it in the way that you did, nobody's gonna fucking bother to take you seriously. Other people like this fucking dumbass Brion are gonna be like, hey guys, I saw this video, now I'm gonna say this and this is how I infer it, and do a much better job at fucking putting the information out than you did, and that's fucking embarrassing.
I mean, that's literally why I had Verdius make that video, because I knew he could do a much better job than I did.
Oh, and here we are with Verdius also fucking claiming that he's not good enough at doing it himself. Okay, congratulations.
You're just on here to be a dick. That's what you're on here to do.
No, he's on there telling you the truth about yourself. Oh my God. Oh, this kid's dense, bro.
No, I'm not on here to be a dick. I was actually
You're
trying
very
to the fact of the matter.
You're being very critical,
The fact
but
of
you're
the
also
matter.
being a dick.
Yes, because you are incapable of understanding that what you do is inherently
Incapable of
wrong.
understanding.
Look, if
Yeah,
you
okay, so I should
wrong,
have never revealed this then. I should have never
that's
tried
not what I
to get
said.
this out
That's
there.
not what I said. That is not what I said.
Dude,
You can't put those
you
words in my
act
mouth
like-
because it's
you
on
act
the
like-
record.
You act like that I had to
Like
be
I'm hot
perfect
shit.
about
I
this.
act like I'm
not
hot shit.
perfect.
Yeah, look, you know what's funny is that if I had made a mistake like this in the past, which as a matter of
I'm
fact,
aware
I
I'm not
have
perfect.
gotten information incorrect in the past. I have gotten information incorrect in the past. Smaggle can testify to this. I got information incorrect in the past, and guess what I did? I agreed that I got that information incorrect. I agreed that I did a bad job on it, and then I said that we should correct the record and then fundamentally make something better out of it so that people can understand.
That's why we were going to make a comprehensive
right.
video.
I guess the question is, Gamma, like, listen, people are appreciating you fucking popping off like this, right? And I accept
Oh yeah,
that,
no,
but-
he's a great speaker. He's a great.
But this one
At the same time, can you seriously sit there and say that it would have been better for me not to do this than to do this?
No.
Can you really say
I
like
guess here's
I
my
should have
question.
never done this, or should I have done this?
Yes, I'm saying that you should have never put that video out. 100%. I'm saying you should have never put that video out because you look like a piece of shit. That's what I'm saying.
Is it better that I never did any of this at all to get this out, or is it better that I got it out? Although it wasn't gotten out in the perfect way, at least I did it. At least it got done, right?
Crux of the point is that it would have been done inevitably, right?
Yes, it could have been done better, but it wasn't perfect. I'm not a perfect human being, and I haven't.
Give Chud a go, man.
Wait, what?
What was your question, Chud? Because you
Rack,
wanted to ask
what were you
a
saying?
question.
Yeah, sorry, Rack.
I said okay.
No, Rack, what have you got to
Yo.
say?
Oh, I said give Chud a go. I was trying to
Oh, okay.
pass the stick to you.
Okay.
Yeah,
We're
I
kind of in a
appreciate
loop
that.
here.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. The thing is, obviously, you know, people are coming on, and I appreciate people want to say the piece. I guess the question is to you, Gamma, is what do you want Prism to do to satisfy your concerns that Prism isn't doing?
Okay,
exactly?
yes. What do you want me to do?
What I would want you to do is to concede on the fact that you were reckless so that people can hold you up to a standard where they can infer things in their own manner instead of you coming in here pretending like you were the only one who could have released this information. Because the fact of the matter is that you could have handed this information off to
No,
somebody
I was
more
I
credible than
did.
you.
I was trying to hand it off to people. I tried to hand it off to Chris Hansen.
Yes, you could have.
He's not credible! Chris Hansen is not credible! What the hell? Oh, platinum for $2.79. Dude sounds like Mama Max. Honestly, I can kind of see the correlation with it. But Mama Max was a little different in the sense of it was, that last story was more personal for him. I can kind of see the correlation. But no, this guy is such an idiot. He gets to stand alone. I'm not comparing him to anyone else. He gets to stand on his own idiot platform. He gets to stand on his own for this one. Dude, you screwed it up so bad that we're talking about how much you suck instead of the messages, which is part of what we should care about. True, Ann. This is the cleanup stream. That's what this is. This is the cleanup stream.
You could have, right? You could have. But the thing is that you, even if you were trying to hand it off to Chris Hansen in general,
Yes.
you're handing it out to people that, one, do not care, two, are not capable of actually doing things themselves because they mess up cases such as Onision, right? Like you went at
Okay.
you went at this in the worst way possible, and that's
Who should I have reached out to?
Who should you have reached out to?
Yes, because I tried to reach out to anybody. I tried to reach out to as many people as I could. Who should I have reached out to? Because
Honestly,
anybody I could think of.
I will have to agree.
Yeah, who should I have
that
reached
there's
out
You
to?
really did have
If
a
you were in
fucking
my
laundry
shoes.
list.
I will have
Yeah,
to agree
if
that
you
there
were in
is
my
not a lot of
shoes.
listen.
Who would I-
I do have to agree that there is not a lot of people that are willing to take information like this because for the most part, a lot of people on YouTube would rather you break the story first so that they can also like see where you're coming from and hold you up to that scrutiny as well. That is true. A lot of people, like no matter who, a lot of people are going to be, not only are they going to be untrustworthy because there's a lot of people that are going to want to have their own spin if they're the first ones to get this, but people don't want to break news because if they get something wrong on your behalf, it'll potentially ruin their credibility.
Yeah.
Which is why I
Yes.
said the best way
That
to go
doesn't
after
answer
this.
the question.
No,
The
that's why I
question
said,
is, if
Been there, done that.
you were in my shoes, who would
I
you have
answered
reached
your
out to?
question. I answered.
No,
your question.
who would you have reached out to then?
I told you nobody. Like,
Okay, tell me again,
wouldn't-
because I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you. Who would you have reached out to?
I said
Shut the fuck up so he can say it. He's only said it 3 times. What the fuck? Shut up.
Nobody.
Have
So
a point
I should have just not gotten this information out.
No, you could have always gotten the information out. You could have gotten that information out through
Dude,
Twitter.
I
and it
didn't
would have
want
spread a lot faster than video.
this guy to potentially see it and then go delete everything.
Okay, did
They
you have
keep such a tight eye on their reputation. I do one thing with Robert from Full Force,
like,
and then I get a
true.
freaking Mr. Beast News writing an article about us.
The issue is that like inherently the problem with that is that you are banking too much on the possibility that you would have been like fucking CIA.
I was trying to be
I
careful.
think you both agree that we could have done the video better, Priya. I
Yes,
don't think we have to argue with that. And the preparation could have been better too. And right now we're kind of trying to correct that. We're working on a better version of it. I understand if you have kind of, I don't know, if you don't want that because you.
I don't care about your better version because you quite literally took the alleged victim and lied to them to get the interview. That right there ruined all of your credibility. I do not give a fuck what you put out from this point forward. I do not care.
Obviously think that he's not the person to handle this, but we have a few people working with him, including myself. They're trying to like get him a script he can work with. Because like you said, he's not built for this, and he was just kind of on his own looking at this shit from afar.
No,
should he have like done this differently? Yeah, but it's out at this point, and I think that trying to kind of kick him while he's down isn't really the best move. I think he gets it. I
understand what he's saying, but again, I'm asking him. Name a person you would have reached out to then, because you said you would have just made the video yourself.
I don't think there's any point in arguing on this front. It's done.
I think Gamma's saying he would have used a different process. Gamma would have gone to put something on Twitter, I believe, is what you're saying, Gamma. That would have been the best.
Well, it's funny that he mentions that. I actually did that. I didn't.
You did do that. You did do that. I don't think there's any success at Twitter, but he will blow.
No, I did that. I did post on Twitter. What I did was I made.
I don't think that we need to go back and forth about this either, because we've been in the same loop for like. Do we have a clock here? Do we have a clock?
Listen, Rack, you're absolutely correct.
What's done is fucking done. What's done is done, and the information's out. So what needs to be accomplished was accomplished.
My issue is that you are continuously deflecting something. People here are not.
What do you mean deflecting? What have I?
Look, the issue here is that people aren't appreciating the way that you're trying to do any of this. People are fucking making a laughing stock out of you. And all I'm trying to say is that you are at least need to like concede and at least sort of like say that you may.
I need to submit to what?
You need to like at least concede to some points that you.
What do I need to submit to what?
Okay, look. One point that I wanted to bring up is the fact that.
I mean, I've already said like it could have been done better. What do you want me to say?
Look, one thing that I want to bring up, that you for whatever reason just are adamant you did not do nothing wrong on, is the fact that you fucking like not Brion. Queeman already said this, but you interviewed.
Can I say this? Because I was saying on Twitter, what I did was I this is lost of time because I had eventually deleted.
If he don't shut the fuck up and let somebody talk, I'm going to lose my mind, bro. I'm literally going to lose my mind if he don't shut the fuck up and let somebody talk. Oh my God.
Deleted this, but I think this was under Libs of TikTok, or this was under other accounts that were calling out Kris Tyson, and this was like way in the past, like we're talking like last year. Mm-hmm. I made a mega folder, and I had all the information in there, and I went into these comment sections posting the mega folder, and I explained what was in there. So you can't say I didn't put it on Twitter, because I did. When it wasn't catching on, I figured, okay, because of the whole Gideon chat, the whole Gideon live stream and all this other stuff, I'm like, hey, this can't get out just yet. So I go back and I delete all those because, I don't want Kris Tyson to delete all this stuff.
Oh, by the way.
So I put it on Twitter. I did put it on Twitter. I tried to contact Keemstar. I tried to contact everybody I could.
I need to.
But yeah, but Rack is right though. There's no point in like going back and forth. We've been doing it for like an hour or more.
My mic isn't like relaying shit, right? I see it doing green.
I need to correct the record on something real quick. People on the fucking chat are saying that I'm defending a pedophile. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
Well, dude, you're hammering the guy.
I don't think you are either. I think we're in all agreement.
This is okay. You're not defending a pedophile. What I'm saying is you are hammering the guy that basically got it out. Like if I did not exist, I don't think this information would have gotten out.
Yeah, like, but the issue is that you got it out with some extreme lapse. Like,
I'm not perfect.
But listen, here's the problem. I see the problem so clearly here. Okay, Prism clearly there was no fucking clue how to do this, and looked at people like James O'Keefe.
Other people to help
sure,
me.
but you're looking. And listen, not to get into the politics of it, but you're looking at James O'Keefe, and that's why you've done some of the things you've done. You're trying to imitate someone that you look up to, right? And that's not going to be for everyone. Other people are not going to like that kind of expose and the way that's done. But from your perspective, you're thinking, well, hang on a minute, why are you having a go at me? I'm the one that's just trying to reveal the information about someone, being a pedo essentially, and you're concerned that people are coming at you because you're thinking, well, I'm exposing this, and you're doing the right thing in your mind.
Yes. I was going to say those exact words. I was just trying to do the right thing. That's literally the whole reason. It's as simple as I saw a 4chan post. I looked into this guy. I showed my family, my stepfather, and he told me, get it out by any means necessary. And I took him on his word, and any means necessary, got it out. And I succeeded.
Oh, dear God. Oh, dear God. Ah. Yep. That and a 4chan post, Tom. Yep, his stepfather told him to do it. That's the excuse we're running with now.
That's it. That's as simple as it was. It's not perfect. It could have been better. I definitely agree with that.
But wait a second. So I'm willing to, say that on your behalf, so to speak. But then I think what people are pointing out is that from their perspective, there are fundamental cracks in the story that have been created by some of these activities. So even though you're small and you didn't know what you were doing and you were kind of clueless and you did what you thought was best, from the outside perspective, people are looking and they're saying, oh, there's a problem there, there's a problem there, there's a problem there. And that can potentially taint the story to people when it goes out more broadly.
I see. But the thing is, I tried to ask people to help me on this, and nobody would help me. So
And this was
like,
before you made the content, is that
Various
right?
helped me. Yeah, I mean, yes, I asked for help from Turning Point members.
Oh, Tom brings up a very good point. Yeah, so it was out there anyway. He didn't break shit. I mean,
Commentary YouTubers, personalities.
You know, listen, look, I agree, and of course I've got issues with some of
Could
this
help
stuff.
me actually do this better.
And
I
people
think
are
it
out
might
for
cut out for like a solid 30, dude.
No, people are out for blood, and I get that. You know, people love it when it's like, oh, there's a retard who's fucked up, let's go for him. I think one piece of this that is missing that people need to recognise, though, yes, haha, going to EDP, what a retard, he's a fucking pedo himself. But it sounds like you did try to communicate with numerous people before you even
Yes,
thought about
I
making a
did.
video, right?
I also tried to contact Kris Tyson's wife because I was genuinely concerned.
I think it's easy to look from like the perspective that like, you know, he just kind of like decided to go off on the shit on his own. But like, I saw him like doing shit for quite a long time, and he you know, he really.
bad luck, Becca. Listen. I'm gonna be very honest with you. Even though okay, so this is just a suspicion of mine. I'm not saying that this kid said that, okay? But hearing all the names that he puts out there and people that he looks up to and stuff like that, and that he was okay with contacting EDP but wants to take down Kris Tyson. It and what he said in this live stream, I'm sorry, I believe, and it is my opinion, and opinions aren't facts, so fuck off. It is my opinion that I think the reason why he pushed this so hard is because Kris Tyson is trans. And what is the unfortunate trope about trans people? They groom children. And what is he trying to push? That Kris Tyson groomed Lava. I'm just saying. That is my opinion. Opinions aren't facts. So I can't prove that, nor do I care to prove it. Because honestly, with the names that he has dropped and what he said earlier in the stream, that is what I believe. I'm just saying. You're trying to expose what you think is a PDF, all right, is a pedo, by going to another alleged pedo? How is the one worse than the other? You literally went to Cupcake Man. I think that's the underlying issue. I really do. I think that's the underlying issue. And it's people like this that people like me have to clean up behind. Exactly, Blanco. That's exactly how I feel. He's basically a transphobe who wants to use someone to take down Kris while there are legitimate things to criticize and call Kris out on. He chosen to go for the PDF files to break the news. Yes. And it's people like him who fuck things up. And I truly believe that. And this guy here was the smart one. He stuck to the Shadman stuff. This guy here was the smart one. In his video, he stuck with the Shadman stuff. This kid right here wanted to take it a step further.
He did have like good intentions, and while it's like, you know, easy to kind of like, you know, pick on him now and kind of like say that you know, he you know, could have done it better. You know, he's like a guy who isn't built for this, doesn't really understand how this shit works, and he has this information. He tries to pawn this off to a ton of people, a lot of people he shouldn't have spoken to. but you know, it's just because he didn't get how to do it. That's
look,
really like the
That's
concise.
why I was.
He
giving it to
tried
someone
every
else. I was
option. He
trying
tried
to give
every.
it to someone else.
He tried every option, whether it was good or bad.
All right,
And
look,
that's
let's,
because he wanted to get this out. He wanted to get this out so bad that he was kind of willing to put this target on his back. And
right.
I think that
That's
at least
100%
shows that
correct.
he's not going to profit off of the fucking video. You know,
No.
if anything.
Yeah, Tom made the video like 4 years ago. That's the video we're going to watch tomorrow. We're watching that video tomorrow. But I have to do it early because I have D&D at 3 o'clock. So...
I think this is like, you know,
That's not
probably going to hurt his
I
life
have
more.
to get up
You know, I
early
think it's
tomorrow.
easy to kind of like, you know, look at him and say that he's.
Where he's like, someone should have helped me. Oh, this guy didn't know any better. It's like, this guy's a fucking
Rack,
adult.
your mic.
Look, dude, keep in mind that at the
Hold
end
on,
of the
wait.
day-
I want to hear what Rack was saying because I don't think he finished.
Okay.
Rack, your mic cut out.
My mic cut out? No, somebody's
Yeah.
started speaking, so I stopped talking.
Oh, sorry.
No, I was just saying that like it's easy to say that like you know things went bad from the outside looking in. They did, but he tried everything he could, and he made a lot of wrong decisions in doing that. But what's done is done, and I think the whole back and forth isn't really necessary. And I'm saying that about you too, Priya. I think you should probably stop arguing with these people.
Yeah, I think Rack is
Do
right.
you
I'm gonna
agree? Do you
stop
agree
arguing
that
with
like
people.
can I like run off a few things really quick because I think this would be good for everyone here. Do you think it's like you probably shouldn't have like reached out to EDP? Do you think that's probably something you should have done, right?
Who are you asking in specific?
Priya.
Oh, okay.
Like
Well, I mean,
despite
but-
your intentions,
okay,
despite your
okay,
intentions,
so
despite like the good
I'll say-
intentions that I know you had.
I'll say logically, it doesn't make sense to reach out to him, but the result
No.
that came of reaching out to EDP was I got in contact with Vertius, which
Excuse me.
which I also got, you know, the whole Mike Klum thing was happening, and because
Yeah.
of that,
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Now, I can't wait for that documentary to come out because I have got to see if this kid is getting included in that documentary. I've got to see it. I got to see. Now I have to watch that thing.
that pressured me to make the videos with Vertius, and then Adrox made the video, and then that's what got out the information. So if it were
You know what's funny? What happens if the Mike Klum video doesn't come out for another 6 months? Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh my god.
not for EDP, this information wouldn't
Okay.
have gotten out.
Yeah, but
like,
can
even from my
you
end,
just
for
say
me,
really
like,
quick?
that EDP was
Can you
not a
say
good
really
source.
quick that morally you should
No,
not reach out to
morally, it's bad to reach out to him. But like Rack said earlier, I was
Okay.
trying to do both. very
And,
bad
and you can
things.
and you can say
I'm
that
trying to
like
do
the
both.
process of the video was not could have gone a lot better. Can we say that?
Yes. It
And
could
you
have
know,
been.
things could have handled better.
I wish I was in
I
different.
think we're all on the same base, and I don't think that
Yeah.
like we need to do this all fucking blood sport shit.
Okay.
What
I
Queenman,
agree
why are
with
you
Brett.
back, Queenman?
I
What
agree
are you
with
back for, Queenman? Why are you here, Queenman?
Because this guy's just
Nah, he's muted.
insane.
I'm not
This guy
unmuted.
is.
Okay, Michael.
That's the second
Anyone
time
else
he's just
can use
constantly disrespectful.
Smaggle did it. Okay, Michael Alberto.
It's like,
Yeah.
not for a second has he stopped and gone, oh yeah, I really actually fucked up. Even just then, was it a bad idea to reach out to EDP? Well, no, because through the Rube Goldberg machine domino effect that I've created, actually, I created this retarded imaginary deadline on myself, and now I had to release it. So it was actually a good thing I reached out to EDP the whole time. He can't take any responsibility for anything. It's so pathetic.
True.
You're an adult as well. Talking about getting advice from a stepdad on when to post a YouTube video? Please get a fucking grip. Holy shit.
Okay, look.
People should have helped me. People should have helped reaching out to Turning Point members. I'm supposed to think this isn't malicious. You're going to just the most politicized places, posting on the libs of TikTok. Dude,
Thank you. Oh my God, Queeman W! Holy shit! Holy shit! Now listen, damn.
this guy's filth.
Look. My entire point from the very beginning, which
No,
seems to
we're
have
gonna
been-
listen to that again. No,
People
fuck
should
that.
Stepdad on when to post a YouTube video. Please get a fucking grip. Holy shit.
Okay, look.
People should have helped me. People should have helped reaching out to Turning Point members. I'm supposed to think this isn't malicious. You're going to just the most politicized places, posting on the libs of TikTok. Dude, this guy's filth.
Look. My entire point from the very beginning, which seems to have been fucking misconstrued up to this point, is that sure, you may have gotten this information out here, but you presented it in such a way that no one is willing to take you seriously. So ultimately, what you did is just the complete
That is-
opposite effect of what was necessary.
People, have you even seen the videos? People are saying
I've
that
seen
this
your
is
videos.
bad stuff.
I've seen your videos.
No,
and
not my
I've-
videos.
no.
Other people's
Okay,
videos.
I've
You're
seen
saying
their
that you're saying
videos
no
too.
one's taking it seriously. It
I've
seems like
seen
they're
their-
taking it seriously to me.
Do you honest to God, can you honest to God sit here and tell me that a lot of these motherfuckers who are commentary channels that are trying to get their fucking clickbait aren't just doing it for the sake of monetization instead of actually having some fucking moral arbiter bullshit going on with them? Do you think they actually care? Do you think they actually care is what I want you to say. Because ultimately, your video inherently is very destructive to the very thing that you wanted to do. But I will give credit where credit is due. These people are pretending to care, yes, for
Well,
the most part. But and that for me is good enough. But what you did is not good. And what I'm trying to say is that you fundamentally, while you are trying to take credit for this, while you are trying to say that maybe you would have liked your credit where credit is due, you are undeserving of it because you're a fucking fraud.
I'm a fraud.
You
I
are!
literally was just-
You are! Because you know what was fraudulent? The person you are calling a victim who says they are not a victim, you interviewed them under false pretenses. You lied to Lava. That makes you a fraud. And my own personal opinion, your reasons behind doing this, I think you're a fraud. Because you say all this other stuff, but you kind of tell on yourself by what you're saying. You don't have the balls to say the real reason why you're doing it. That's my own personal opinion. You don't have the balls to say the real reason why you're doing it.
By every measure.
else.
By every
I
measure.
literally was trying to get someone else to cover this. How are you calling me a fraud?
Yes, Nick.
Hold on.
You could have just unbiasedly presented the information. You could have just said, hey, this happened, and 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 the information was
Unbiased.
still been there.
I'm saying what I think about it. That's what I think about the information.
Do you think without absolute definition?
What are they going over? The video? Please don't tell me they're going over the video. I'm pretty sure H3 knows how we feel about that video. Oh, God.
You have
Dude, I
the
don't have
authority
all
to say
I don't
anything.
have all the knowledge in the world about like Kris Tyson.
So
I
that,
don't.
that inherently means that you are incapable of having any
Oh,
sort
so
of
I'm
information.
dude. I agree with what Rack was saying. You're just out for a blood sport. That's what you're doing right now.
If I were out
You
for a
made some
blood
really
sport, I
good
would be
points.
here
What-
yelling.
what
He's a
point- what
commentary.
point-
He's a commentary YouTuber, but I think you're giving him
thank you.
commentary right now.
Okay, that's right.
I see.
I
I don't think
yeah.
you should be arguing with anybody. I think
Keep in mind, no, this is not.
Yeah, I see what's going on.
I'm
I see
not.
what's going
I'm
on.
not joining either
Thank you,
side in
Rack.
this, dude.
Thank you, Rack.
Look,
Thank you.
to be
See,
clear,
yeah, this is why I trust Rack, because he pointed this out to me. I knew something was kind of fishy with the way he was talking. He's just trying to farm content at this point. I addressed his criticisms.
do you honest to God think that I'm trying to farm
discourse.
content?
I guess the question.
You know what? I farmed your ass for content for a little over 3 hours now. So thank you. I appreciate it. I certainly farmed content. Thank you. Thank you. I'm a farmer. E-I-E-I-O.
We're dragging it on.
What
We're
more?
dragging this
I'm
on.
happy to wrap this
It's
up
already
because we
yeah, we gotta wrap this up.
What more? Like, look, I agree with all
Because
the
at this
criticisms
point,
that have been made, but
you've
what more
got
can this Prism guy say? I know that he's
Hold on,
got being
hold
a
on,
weezer,
Chud.
but what more can he possibly say?
Let me just
Yeah,
say this
what
one
more
last
did
thing.
you say?
Let me say this one last thing. I just want to say this last thing. For about an hour, you kept arguing at me and Chud and everyone else in this call about how you couldn't talk about the legal thing. You couldn't
Yes,
talk
I can't
about
talk about it. Yes.
And then
Bernie's can back me up on this.
you admitted to me that you left the video out because of the Mike Lum EDP documentary. That
because
is
Rack mentioned it. I mean, I
Yeah,
did mention it
and-
before, but what I'm saying is I
and
can't
guess
talk
what?
about.
And guess
I
what?
can't talk about those
the
specific
legal
details.
case is probably about EDP. It's probably about EDP. So honestly, you
thank
could have just
thank
said
you for saying it. Thank you for saying it. I can't say
Oh.
that. I can't say that.
You
Bernie's
just
can
said
back
thank
me
you
up on
for
this.
saying
No, I
it, so you
can't.
just confirmed it. You just confirmed it. So
I can neither.
We may be farmers, but at least we don't lie to alleged victims to get a gotcha. True. I'll be a drama farmer all day. You know what? That's what my channel is. Of course I farm drama. I'm a drama tuber. Duh. And any drama tuber who doesn't say they farm drama, they're lying to you. That's what we do. That is our job. But at least have some, oh my God. But when you do it, at least have some standards about it. At least have some fucking standards about it. You know? Good God.
Confirm nor
Yo,
deny.
just- yeah.
fuck off.
I just not confirm. Yeah, I know it's cheating. But listen, all I'm saying is, you're trying to force me to talk about it when I said I can't talk about it. You can make assumptions about it, but like I said, at the
Ryan,
end
you
of the day,
don't need to
might
talk
not-
to these
No.
people.
I'm
You don't
not
need to.
forcing you.
Yeah,
I'm not
you
forcing
know
you.
what?
Yeah, you don't need to
I
talk to
think
them
Bernie's
about
is
it.
right.
You don't need to
Bernie's
talk
is
to
right.
them.
Vax
Bernie's is
said
right.
it,
These
and then
people,
you,
I don't
then
know
you
if all these
confirmed it.
people are
You
content
confirmed it. I didn't
creators.
need to ask you
They're
about it. You
going after
confirmed it.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's irrelevant.
I-
Look,
I-
listen, I'm up for the
we should
criticism,
talk
about
but like,
Kris
I don't know.
We gotta wrap this up.
Okay. Let's leave it there.
Yeah, let's wrap this up because I see what's going on here. It took me a while to get it, but after Gamma was talking like, and then Rack pointed out, I really see what's going on here.
Okay,
Sounds
this
like
isn't.
Michael.
You're an idiot. Shut up. You're an idiot. Shut up.
Like
Bad
discourse in good faith.
I don't really want to be made like
Sounds
I'm like
fucking girl for
taking
3
sides
times a
here.
day.
Look, that's
No,
fine.
you're not taking. Whatever.
I need-
All I'm
I
saying
need to
is
say- I need
thank
to say
you for
one last
pointing that
thing
out
before I leave.
because I just didn't catch on to that, but I see what's going on.
I need to say one last thing before I leave, just so I can make my leaving
All right.
statement.
Is there anything you need to say, Chud? Because I think I responded to all these people and I'm done talking with them.
No,
There's
thanks
nothing
for
more
coming
I
on
have.
and,
Yeah, there's nothing more I have to say to them. They're just going to keep saying the same thing, and they're just
No,
going
no,
to try to
no.
keep drilling
No,
for
look,
information.
look,
When I said I can't talk about that because there's legal issues,
I'm gonna say something.
and it's not
I'm gonna
me
say something
that's going to get in
accurate.
trouble. Let me clarify. It's other people that are going to get in trouble. Innocent people that have been nothing but like they've been victimized by
yeah,
other
let's
people.
calm it down. Yeah, let's just wrap this up and let's go.
I'm moving.
Okay?
I'm
What
moving
do you want
past
to say?
I'm moving past this. First of all, if I came off as abrasive or a little bit callous, I apologize. Right? I'm not that type of person. I'm not out. I'm not out. Okay. I'm not out.
I am. You're damn lucky it won't me. You're damn lucky it won't me. I'd have made your little ass cry. I would have made your little ass cry.
For fucking
You can-
Okay, listen, look, if you want to say your piece, okay, if Prisoners wants to go, let's just, it's getting
Yeah.
ridiculous now.
Well, I can't
Do you want to
even
leave? Do you want to leave?
like,
Cool. You're more than welcome
I
to
think
go.
I will leave.
Thank you for coming on. I appreciate it, okay?
Okay. I mean, that's the thing is, I'm not leaving out of anger. Let me just say this: I had discourse with them. At this point, we're really dragging it out because it's been a while. It's been like what, over an hour?
Yeah, I mean, you're welcome to leave at any point.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you know, if you
Well,
want to leave.
thank you,
call it
Chud
a day.
Logic.
Thanks for coming on.
The conversation between me and you has been very pleasant. Not so much for the other guys. I can see you're doing this in good faith, is what I'm seeing. Other guys, not really sure so much.
Okay.
But yes,
Fair
I mean, yeah. All right.
All the best, okay. Bye.
I do think he's trying his best. I think.
Is it true this guy reached out to Kris Tyson's wife, but he's saying he doesn't want to tip anyone off?
Did he say that?
Fucking make?
He did.
That's what.
Yeah, he said he reached out to Kris Tyson's wife. Yeah. But, you know, that's not going to tip off Kris Tyson at all. No. No. Not at all. No. Fucking idiot.
Times.
Yeah.
I'm honestly I'm not keen into everything. I'm trying to.
Verse, I swear to God, I will hide your little ass.
I'm kind of Zen maxing right now. I'm trying to keep the peace here.
You sound
I'm a bit of a Zen maxer from time to time. This is one of those moments.
Okay.
I don't know.
So
Yeah, it could have gone a lot better. But
Yeah,
my
I
kind
don't care about
of perspective on this is what's done is done.
Where'd
And,
you meet this guy? Where'd you meet this guy? How'd you
Where did I
meet
meet this guy? I don't know. I got introduced to him. That's all I can really say. I tried
Okay,
to.
well, that's not
I saw that there was
good.
a ship at sail, and I saw a big iceberg, in front of it, and I was there to hold a hairdryer up to that iceberg, and I think
Okay,
I only
shut
noticed a little
up.
bit. But
Goodbye.
Can you stop
How'd you
being
meet
like
this guy?
a Wednesday
When'd
right
you
now
meet
and just answer this question, please? Like,
Yeah, where'd you meet
stop
this guy?
dodging here. Stop dodging the question and just answer it. Like,
I was introduced to him by a friend who met him in like a Discord. That's about it.
And what sort of Discord? Where?
I have no idea. I don't know. That's for you to ask him. I don't know as much as you think I
Well, what
probably
sort
do.
Okay, so why did you come on and vouch for his
Why'd I
handling
come in and
story?
vouch? Well, I vouch for him
Yeah.
because I think that he's a good person at heart. I just don't think that he really
And
knows
why
how
do you have
to
that impression?
deal with
Why
this
do you
kind of
have
shit.
that
Especially like people kind of like yelling at him. I'm trying to
What
keep the
gave you that
peace
impression?
here with that.
Get over it. He's a YouTuber. Everybody gets yelled at. Let me tell you something. You haven't dealt with a proper yelling until Keemstar pulls you into a Discord call and yells at you. Let me tell you. Okay? That's a proper yelling. Good God.
Really,
What gave you that
all
impression?
this.
What gave you that impression?
What gave me the impression? I
Yeah,
think I mentioned that he, like, especially now, he's kind of put a target on his back. He's very opinionated about shit for sure, but I don't think there's any real gain to get from that either. I mean, would you agree that like there's nothing really to gain?
Dude, I don't think that just because you're coming out with pedo allegations.
I do not yell at y'all every day, Fairy. Fairy, no. I do not yell at y'all every day. Maybe like every other day, possibly. But not every day.
You're likely a good person. I think that follows.
No, I don't know. I've had good conversations with the guy, but I don't think he's evil. And I think trying to.
Blue Jay?
I told him this, like the whole thing with
You're
like
walking a tightrope.
lol cows or whatever. It's kind of like you have to be interesting to kind of like laugh at, right? And I told him this that like if you don't want to be the most interesting person in the room, you don't want to be more interesting than the pedo freak, that's not something you want to do. And I would hate to see it kind of go down that path because I don't know. I think that we should probably be focusing more on the pedo freak, and that's kind of just the reason I joined, is because I wanted to kind of redirect that towards something else, and I'm seeing that hasn't really worked.
I don't think y'all understand. I will do this live stream with no one being able to type in chat. I will hide every single one of you. Every single one of you. I don't think y'all get it. I will go bloop, 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 bloop all the way down the list. And I won't care if you're green. I won't care if you're blue. And I won't care if you're gray. I will do this live stream with no one typing in it. Oh God, I love my audience.
All right, honestly, I just want to say this.
Honestly, it blows my mind. Did you?
True,
it must
I
be
would
like
get
a
bored.
Special education Discord or something you guys all met in, because I genuinely
Yeah, we
refused
were
to
putting
answer
shapes in holes,
questions
bro.
for 3 minutes with a bunch of like irrelevant bullshit. But why did you get the impression this guy was going to was just looking was being altruistic? How did you get that impression? What interaction gave you that impression?
What interaction gave you the impression? I don't know, dude.
I mean,
I don't think he's evil. I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him transformed
so
yet.
you literally tell him to just be completely what? Okay, cool. All right, no problem.
He hasn't shown me his horns or anything, you know. No fire spells, to my knowledge.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, unless anything else. What?
I just want to
I'm
say one
good.
last thing. I just want to say one last thing, and that is like, at the end of the video, he says he wants to debate Kris Tyson. I feel like, as this conversation has shown, he can't debate for shit. He's gonna get owned if he ever talks to Kris Tyson. He sounds like Michael Alberto. He's a freaky fraud. See you later.
Period. Point blank. Period. Smaggle out.
Okay. All right. We'll call it a day there, I think. Thanks for coming on, guys.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
No problem, man.
Thanks.
Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
Wait, does it talk to Queenman? Oh, no. Okay. Jesus. Chud? I don't know what that was. So that was the cleanup session of the Kris Tyson debacle. What we learned today, kids, is we are not going to call people victims if they say they are not victims. We are not going to lie to people to get interviews with them. And we certainly aren't going to try to push agendas if we don't have the balls to go ahead and say what the agenda is. And those are the 3 lessons that we have learned today at Xylie Gets Real, because that's what we do here. We educate. And we just learned 3 valuable lessons about proper drama farming. So, y'all did great. Mooney for 5. Xylie, don't mute us lurkers. I enjoy listening to your streams when I play Stardew Valley. I'm not going to mute anybody. I'm not going to hide anybody. I was threatening just to threaten, because it's fun to threaten y'all. I can't help it. It's actually rather fun to threaten y'all. So, all right. Well, I am definitely getting out of here. I'm going to start playing. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Before I say I'm getting out of here. Hold on. Wait a minute. 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 Okay. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to start playing the outro music, but I'm going to send y'all to Kris. All right. So, you guys be good. You're in my audience, so I doubt very seriously y'all have the capacity to be good, but try your best, okay? Try your best. I will try my best. You try your best, okay? Deal? Deal? All right? And y'all have a great day. And I'll see y'all tomorrow, because we're going to start getting into the real issues tomorrow. All right. Peace out.
I'll be cruising in my lane fast.